We're going to start with Artigan. Artigan, you just saw the west wall breach, and it was actually breached by your own troops. They had set explosives at the different guard towers, and the hobgoblins were actually swarming on that side, and your side was not faring well against the incursion. So not you, but one of the soldiers breached the walls, blowing about a 20-foot gap in the wall. The cavalry came to reinforce, and they're trying to push the hobgoblins back out, but they're also they're faring a lot better in a full-on charge with merit. You left, though. You went back to the manor, hoping that they can hold down this side of the wall. You hear a lot of shouting coming from the west, a lot of sounds of war, swords ringing off armor. But actually, I do need a perception check from you.
And perception is...
Because are you flying? Are you like Mary Poppins over the
14.
city right now?
He's running.
Nope, I'm riding.
With a horse.
All right.
That's right. You found a horse that was not, no one was on it. You took that. You hear the sounds of shouting in the city. The voices, compared to the battle and the multitudes of people fighting over there, these voices sound more solitary, like small skirmishes. But you do hear someone shouting, and the voice is recognizable. It actually sounds like a man that you had met once, Tjarndorn. Is it Tyrandorn? Tyrandorn.
Who's this guy?
Is that one of the barbarians?
Barbarian that you met.
That memory.
And it's coming
Barbarian?
from the south. Well, more south than where you're at. You're
Spinner.
almost to the
Oh,
manor.
that's fair. Okay.
Okay. How far away does the voices sound? Is it on the way?
It's hard to tell. It's in the city, but you hear him screaming, actually, and he says, "Come at me!" And then you hear the sounds of people fighting.
Hobgoblin's dying.
I will head over to that direction.
So you're going to split to the south somewhat, instead of going straight towards the manor. Merritt, on your side of the wall, you are following all the horsemen. They've filtered about half of their troop. They had about 200 horsemen that came to reinforce this side of the wall. And they've already had about 100 pushing out. But they're locked in combat. There's a lot of horses that are falling in the front lines. And they're not making much more progress right now. You do see some horses that have been unmanned, and the fighting is starting to filter around the horsemen. The hobgoblins are starting to press in on them.
Yeah, I'm going to try to provide particularly like overhead cover, but including if they start being flanked. I'm going to try to just lay down some damage, keep that up, and keep them alive as long as possible.
Okay. You don't need to roll perception. Your natural perception is very acute to what's going on. And you see the storm rolling in from the north. It's not a winter storm, although it should be. And there is no rain, it's snowing. But with the storm comes lightning and thunder. And you now see the lightning bolts starting to strike the north side of the city.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to have to deal with that. All right, I'm going to cast one more firebolt into the crowd.
Good luck, guys.
And I'm going to Yeah, if there's a horse nearby, I'm going to take that. Otherwise, I'm just going to run.
Delaran, you just finished off the Remores. Its whole body is now laying limply inside this manor, and it's still emanating a very, very hot aura around it, and it singes the wooden floors. Nothing's caught on fire.
Okay, I was going to say, that would be problematic. Does it look like it's going to combust, or is it cooling off?
No, it's not going to spontaneously explode or anything.
All right, that's good. Like a movie car. That'd be horrible. So I'm like, okay, so where did this thing come from?
Shanir is standing in the corner. You've only seen him cast one spell since you guys actually obliterated this thing in very short manner. It didn't stand a chance against everyone.
Sweet.
It came from outside.
How did something like this get into the city?
It burrowed through the ground. Must have come through the sewers.
Do you guys have a fallback position?
No. The only fallback we have is to leave completely. I need to go upstairs. I need to find out what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we go upstairs, you figure out what's going on, and then I'll figure out where I'm going next.
So you're going to follow him.
Hmm?
Caravan, you're running through the city. You're coming from the eastern side. The eastern wall was holding pretty well. You pass an alleyway, and you see a small group of hobgoblins walking down the alleyway. They're not running, and they're being quiet about it. They're not in a fight with anyone. No soldiers have seen them yet. There are 3 together. Give me a perception. No, give me an insight. Actually, it would be more intelligence.
14.
Investigation.
Thank you. That would be a good skill for it.
14.
14's actually still good.
Oh shit.
2 of them are wielding, like many of the hobgoblins you've seen, their sidearms, their swords, daggers at the belt. One of them is not wielding any weapons. He actually holds a long staff, and he's holding it sideways right now, carrying it. And he's in robes. He looks... I think you've seen hobgoblins before that have cast spells, but he looks like a caster. He looks a lot like Merritt used to. But they see you as you run by, too.
Okay, can I engage these guys right now? Because definitely they gonna die.
Roll initiative.
Advantage.
Not too shabby, I guess. 16.
16. So you just passed by the alleyway, and go ahead.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
Cordon of arrows, brother.
So you're gonna go back to where you were and where you saw them. You don't see them right now. You just passed by
That's the
the
fence.
alleyway.
Oh,
Go into the fence.
You lose line of sight.
Just gonna have to go back.
I'll go back.
When you go back, he's actually waiting. You see his hands glowing, and he releases a spell. They went first.
Son of a bee. Okay.
Actually roll a dexterity save.
You got another character, right?
I'm all right, dudes. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You only take half damage. You see lightning shoot out from his hands, and it streaks down the alleyway, and it illuminates all these houses, all the wooden shacks that are around, and it streams around your body. Some of it goes through you. For 18, so you'll take half of that. 9 lightning damage. And the 2 hobgoblins that were with him move up to you. And they actually get to you with their action. But they can't attack.
All right.
Go ahead.
I just gotta check my.
You hear the sound of thunder in the background as this is going
Son
on.
of a bee.
You see flashes behind you of lightning streaking down, slamming into buildings
Right.
in the ground.
60-foot cone. Is he? Is this wizard dude in a 60-foot
He is
cone?
within 60-foot
So,
cone.
all right, good. I'm gonna do conjure barrage.
Conjure barrage.
Yeah, and I don't even think I have to roll for anything. They just have to save.
You know what save?
Yep.
You throw a non-magical weapon or fire. to
Dex
create
save. Dex save and throw.
So you load the arrow into your bow,
I mean, you could throw an arrow.
but you're not actually shooting it. You're just releasing the spell's energy through this arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and it splits into a cone of magical arrows that fire down this alleyway, and you see shafts of arrows that are now slamming into all the wooden cabins and slamming into creatures alike. So the 2 hobgoblins that are right in front of you both fail. And the caster, what's your save?
What would that be?
What's your wisdom?
What's your wisdom?
Oh, my wisdom is 18.
Also fails. They all fail. Roll your damage.
All right, 3d8, baby. Where are those guys at? There's one.
Here you go. Here's 2 more.
There's one. I need one. Whoop. Not too shabby. We got 15.
15 damage. Let me check these guys.
Get all your hit points, right?
Me? No. I'm all right, though. Don't worry.
All right.
The caster remains standing.
It's fine.
The 2 hobgoblins that he's with both go down. The arrows go through them. Some go through their neck. One goes through the guy's cheek. And you see the piercings as they go through. They all start oozing blood. They fall to the ground, leaving you just facing this caster.
All right, and I'm going to move 80 feet back while like,
You're
having
gonna use your
him in range.
movement.
Yeah. Move as
You're
far
gonna use
back
your
as I can
bonus
go.
move.
Yep.
Where are you going? Are you going to stay within line of sight, or are you going to break line of sight and get out?
Well, it's hard to picture right now of if I can.
He's like 40 feet into the alley, and it's a narrow-ish alley between the buildings. Many things to hide behind to get cover for him. Once you continue on the street, you'll lose line of sight of him immediately, as you now just see all the buildings around you.
Can I? It's too late to say for movement. Okay,
Tell me
so
what
I
you
want to
move.
move 40 feet back, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
So you're going to continue to keep line of sight to him.
Yeah.
Okay. You move to the other side of the street. There's another alleyway on that side. And you're now staring down the street at him. He's just in the alley a little bit. Hardigan, you head down the street, going south, And you see a small throng of hobgoblins that have pushed into the city, and the barbarians are holding them off. You see Tierndorn, but you also see the large barbarian woman that you never got her name. You only met her in passing, along with 5 others. You also see Karina there behind them in the back ranks, keeping her distance, and they're fighting in the middle of one of the main streets of the city.
Any of them look hurt?
Tierndorn looks a little hurt. All of them have cuts and bruises and scratches.
Tierndorn looks the worst off, though.
It's hard to tell from this distance.
Can I get within 60 feet?
Yes, easily. Your horse, you could get right up to them if you want with your horse. They're facing off against triple the number of hobgoblins right now.
Okay. I'll get near Karina. I figure that's probably a safe distance.
Yeah, she's standing like 40 feet away. So they're right in the middle of the street, and she's standing off in someone's front yard, basically.
I'll ride up there.
You ride up there. She sees you coming. Right again. They took the front gate.
I know.
They're coming. No, they took the south gate. She's
East and west are
breathing
falling,
heavy,
too.
and you see her hands light up with a light aura as she moves forward, and you see a spell cast toward them, towards the barbarians, and you see Tierndorn's skin softly, dimly lighting up.
Can I cast Healing Word? Or go ahead and do that. It's going to be at 2nd level, so let's see. $2d4.
Who are you casting it on?
Well, is Karina hurt at all?
She doesn't look hurt. She doesn't
Okay.
appear to be hurt.
I'll cast it on Tierndorn.
Tierndorn? Okay.
It's 6 plus 5, so 11 HP. Pretty sure I get my casting modifier on that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So your spell increases that aura around him, and you combine your healing energies with her. And you see Tierndorn. He is fighting with all his might, with all his heart, and he's at this moment swinging his axe overhead. And he swings it 3 times in a wild flurry of blows. And the third one connects on the hobgoblin that he's swinging at, and it cuts his head right off. Just lops it off. The hobgoblins press in. They start attacking. We need to fall back.
We do. To the manor.
You, from this vantage point, you see past this skirmish, another skirmish going on, and it's your men, your soldiers, fighting back a swarm, a horde of hobgoblins that are pressing north from the south gate. A lot of them. At least 100 on each side, maybe more. It's hard to tell. It's chaotic, and it's pushing into the city and into the streets. It's pushing into the alleyways. It's filling up like a large section. Merritt, you're heading north towards the storm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Did I grab a horse?
can find a horse.
I remember you saying that there
There were
was
some that were unseated.
North is towards the storm? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, towards the river, towards the storm, towards
Yeah.
the bridge. As you grab the horse and head that way, you're now riding through the streets. You can see that past, like when you gain one vantage point on one of the larger hills in the streets, You can see the lightning storm is not quite here. This is the edge of the storm that's starting to slam into the city. And further on, past the river, past the bridge, it's very heavy. And the lightning is very heavy. It comes down within seconds of each other. You see another bolt hit the ground.
But I don't see anything that could potentially be marshaling this storm.
Not from here, no.
Thought this would have been the storm giant doing this.
You definitely killed the storm giant. Artigan had the head as proof as he carried it into the city on a rope.
Like a balloon.
You continue riding.
I'd say I continue riding. Trying to see if there are any troops on this side. If there's anything coming this way aside from the storm. If there's some sort of... something is pulling it here. Doesn't feel coincidental.
Okay. You don't see many troops as you go further into this area. You see every once in a while a message runner running some message somewhere. You can tell because they're not actually equipped with their weapons. And they're usually the younger lads that are doing this. You see civilians that sometimes poke their head out of the windows of the shutters, but mostly the city has been abandoned from what you can tell. Most of these houses are dark. There's no movement. You don't hear people inside. You don't hear people shushing each other. You hear the sound of war and the storm. The snow is starting to fall heavier. Delrin, you're going to follow Chenier up the stairs. He gets up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
He goes immediately to the window. When you walk into the war room...
Well, on the way up, I'm going to look at my brother. Does he have like a sword and a shield?
Your brother's not there.
Cedric, he was with us downstairs?
He left, remember?
Where did he go?
When you were fighting the Remoras?
He went upstairs, right?
No.
Where'd he go?
He went into the next room. Then you lost sight of him.
Oh, I'll peek in on him before I follow Chenier. He's not in there?
You don't see him in the next room where you had last seen him go. You should know by this point, they do have their own barracks.
And he ran there?
In the manor.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go with Chenier anyways.
Okay.
Whatever.
Because you could go to there if you want as well.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Chenier I'll meet you upstairs. And I'm going to go find my brother.
Okay. You go to where the barracks are for the manor, for the message boys, some of the soldiers. And he is sitting in there alone with one other kid that looks about his age. He's sitting on the bed, and it's quiet, and there's not much light in here. The light is in the furthest corner, the torches, and it's shedding just a dim light towards this entrance, this door.
Said, are you okay?
He looks up at you. I'm okay.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt.
Do you have a sword and a shield? What's he have on for armor?
He has leather armor on, and he has a spear and a shield.
Okay.
He has it across his lap, the spear.
Can you use heavy armor than this, or do you not know how?
No, I don't know if I could carry it.
Okay, well, get what you can. If you have an extra spear, gather it and stay with me, because I have a feeling we're going to get into some close quarter fightings if the wall is breached. I want you close. Okay? Who's your friend?
This is James.
James, do you want to come with us?
He looks up at you. He looks more frightened than Cedric.
I can tell by passive insight that he's scared.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They both look frightened.
The urine stain will do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, it's okay to be afraid. You'd be stupid not to be. The difference between a man that does well in war and a man that doesn't is not whether or not they're afraid. Both men fear. One man can master his fear, and the other one lets it master him. So the two of you stay with me, and I'll try to get you out of town when it's time to leave, when we have to pull out. Stay close, and stay on my left side, not my right. The right side's where I swing my sword.
James straps on his sword and belt and dagger. Cedric pulls up his spear, and they follow you upstairs.
All right.
Caravan. You're still standing, staring down at this hobgoblin. He's staring back at you. He's charging up another spell. You can see it. You can see an aura starting to shine around his hands. Go ahead and... Actually, I think that's just an attack. You see his hand starting to shine with a red aura. You see a flame bolt loose. The first bolt of fire that looses from his hand streaks past and goes down the alleyway behind you. And then two more rays follow it. The second one goes wide as well. It goes above you. And the third bolt slams into the building right next to you, but none actually hit their mark. They all go wide. It's your turn.
Ping, ping.
2 shots.
Hell yeah. I see this guy.
Sure.
Guess I just take it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
You draw an arrow.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Both of them. So we got 22 and 18.
Hit.
All right, and since he's damaged already, I just need a.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Captain Overkill.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's
Okay. Do and a D6.
Caravan's just having a lovely time over there.
This guy. That is 15, 16, 17 plus 22. Tell me if I've killed him yet.
Finish him.
All right.
Finish him.
Thank you. So, zoom, back at me. I just take a little smile and I shoot him.
You shoot him with a smile.
Yeah, well, he's probably like this or like this, and I just shoot his hand and.
I imagine the arrows are shaped in a
So
smile.
he is holding his hands out, and the first arrow goes through his hand and it slams into his face.
Oh,
Yeah, I love it.
And
that's
it pins his hand slightly away from his face, but the arrow's now all the way through and in, and the second one slams through the same hand and pushes his hand even further towards his face. And when it hits, he's already dead before he hits the ground.
Why are you hitting yourself?
Yo. Caravan.
That was your action.
Is there anyone else around me? I take a quick look.
There's some movement. You hear the sounds of a battle behind you from where you came. You hear the sounds of battle south of you, and it's actually closer than the sounds from the eastern wall.
Do I see any hobgoblins around?
Not from here. But you do hear the sounds of hobgoblins shouting, screaming, and fighting. You hear the sounds of your soldiers fighting.
Right. Well,
You hear the sounds of thunder and lightning.
shoot. Yeah. Well, I gotta go find Delaron.
So you head back towards the manor.
Head back towards the manor.
You continue your path west, and eventually, when you get to the main street of this city, you do see the fight going on with where Artigan is. The barbarians fighting. You see Artigan standing there with Karina.
Okay. So I
He's
see what's
pretty
going on.
far down though. From
Is he in
where you
range?
are. To shout like a few hundred feet.
I was going to say, what you do? Shoot me?
Yeah, right. Is he in range? Take that, Art.
It's for your own good.
Like,
Right. Well, I was just seeing if I could.
holy shit, that was creepy.
Yes.
I was gonna see if I could transfer my hunter's mark to someone, but it's probably past that time, and
You can do it as a bonus action.
You can
yeah,
hang
but
on
it'd have to be 90 feet from my
From-
target.
Yes.
Just gonna get
So
up there.
But you can do it next round.
sure, okay.
You already
I
used your
didn't-
bonus action.
I didn't know if I could still do that, the time lapse, but
I was
you'll
thinking with
allow
your
it.
movement, you're probably using your bonus action.
sure. So it probably is.
Because that's how you move
Yeah.
really fast.
Okay, so that's probably X'd out. I'll have to cast it again. That's all right.
No, you don't.
Okay, great.
So the way Hunter's Mark works, you can still transfer it over as long as you're continuing to concentrate on it. It's
Okay.
is it
Oh,
a
okay.
minute or 10 minutes or an hour?
I think it's an
It's
hour.
it's an hour, yeah.
So as long as you're concentrating on it, which you didn't take damage since you cast it,
Nope.
then you can transfer it as a bonus action.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Artigan.
I'm going to offer Karina up on the horse.
Yeah, she grabs your hand, you pull her up on the horse behind you.
Need to retreat to the manor.
Is that our last defense?
I believe so.
Okay. She shouts for Tiarndorn. Tiarndorn! He doesn't seem to hear her. Seems like he's in his own
He's
world.
raging.
Yeah.
But she shouts even louder. Tiarndorn! And the female barbarian, she turns around. We need to retreat! And as he says that, she swings her giant sword. She carries a two-handed sword through one hobgoblin, cleaves into the next, and shakes her head up, or nods her head up and down. They seem to start moving back slowly as they're fighting, but they're not breaking the fight off. They're not running. What do you do? You have control of the horse.
I'll ask her, do you have any spells left? Do you need to stay in range?
I'm still feeling pretty well.
Okay. I'll keep close to the barbarians until she kind of runs out of spells, and then we're going to book it to the manor.
And you hear the same sounds of fighting and lightning and thunder. You see the flashes behind you. The storm that's raging in the north. You start booking it towards the manor. You're not actually that far away. You're south of it, for the most part.
Go see what's going on with the Sand Wizard.
Did I skip you, Merritt?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with you first.
Okay.
So you're heading through the city and you get up towards the river. You could run parallel to the river's coast if you want.
Mhm.
Where would you go from there? The bridge of the city is still really far east from where you're at.
Yeah.
It's closer to the eastern side of the city. But you can see the storm raging across the river, and it's slowly moving its way towards you. In the time it took you to get here, the closest lightning bolt slammed was 80 feet away from you, one of the houses. And it was loud when it hit, and it actually split the roof, but it didn't get close enough to you.
As I'm riding, I'm going to start just yelling out. Fall back! Fall back! The city has fallen! Run for your lives!
The voice of reason.
Wow. Panic. Everybody go now.
Yeah. Your houses will not save you! I might be able to save one person in this, and that's about all I can hope to do as I continue to ride east.
The redcoats are coming.
So
The
you
redcoats are
just
coming.
start shouting.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually
You
going to use
pass by
thaumaturgy,
a
which
few.
triples my volume of my voice.
Okay.
It's just a booming mega horn. Fall back!
The city has fallen.
Retreat!
You do pass by a small troop mounted that are heading west, and they're following that same path along the river. And as you shout that, one of them pulls up astride you in the opposite direction, but he stops real quick. He's shouting before he even gets to you. Have the walls been breached?
They have! The west has fallen.
And that's that. Time to pull out.
He shouts again. With me! He yells to his men, and you see the other 3 horsemen. They head past you, and they still head toward the west.
Attaboys.
They've got stones.
Mm-hmm.
But you continue riding east?
Yes. Specifically trying to get the attention of any of those civilians hiding behind their shutters, as though that would save them.
Okay.
Trying to... I'm literally hoping to save one person's life at this point.
Roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
But you
That's
can't
a
roll less than
23.
like 20 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was harder than a 20. But you do succeed. You see, very far off to the north, a silhouette in the sky as one of the lightning bolts slams down to the ground. Oh, shit. You see a humanoid in the air, 100 or so feet up, and it's really far away, but you can make out their silhouette, and their arms are outward stretched like they're standing almost in a crucifix position. But you can't tell why, and you can't make out the details. You just see the silhouette flash, and then when the lightning dissipates, everything is black again.
Oh, that's my boy. All right. I'll have to deal with that next time around.
Okay.
Maybe just leave it. It's time to go. You're the one that called it.
Dalaran.
Yeah. Now run up to see what the Sand Wizard's
You
up to.
run up to see what Shanir's up to. He is already standing by the window. You have 2 of your... Well, you have your brother and his friend behind you. They're following closely. As you walk into the war room, you see Hack. He looks up at you.
Heck, you're still here?
I'm waiting. This goblin, he has his little hood pulled up, and he's dressed all in blacks with light leather on.
Yeah, we know what Heck looks like.
Not everyone does.
Okay, whatever.
But he pulls out his dagger. It's a really long dagger, like a foot long. I think it's about time.
Can't you find him early and kill him now?
He's probably going to be coming in soon.
Mm-hmm. Which means we'll be leaving.
The southern gate's fallen.
Already? Alright. Well, maybe it's time for us to evac. Shanir, what do you say? Time to go?
Shanir looks at you. I don't think there's going to be any falling back. I don't think there's any getting out. I think we have to fight.
If someone were to want to get out of the city, do you have a way to get them out?
Not everyone.
2 people. Can you get 2 people out?
He looks behind you. The 2 little...
Right.
Your brother and his friend.
Yeah.
Could use all the men that we have.
Someone needs to know what happened here. We need other places north, especially the Citadel, to understand exactly how this happened so they understand the tactical strengths and weaknesses of the enemy that they're going to face once they come up the river. So we need word of what happened here to get out. They need to know about the storm. They need to know about the massive hobgoblins. They need to know that there's some giants allied with these guys.
As you are talking, Hack tightens his hood down. He's like, I'm tired of all this talking. And then he disappears completely.
Bye, Hack. Happy hunting.
You hear the padded footsteps pass by you and go
The
through
little
the
goblin
door.
patter. Good luck, Hack. All right, so we need to carry word of what happened north. My brother's a good runner.
At this point, you see General Tarvis. He's also standing by the table, the war table. The dirt that's been molded into this coastline, the river, the city, all the different buildings, has been formed for kind of a close-up view of the battle as the armies pressed in. And he's been rather quiet, standing right by the table. But he does look up. We can get 6 out. Your group needs to go. Be you. And them. He points to the 2 boys behind you.
Where's the rest of my group? Do you know, Shanir?
Shanir looks up. They're just south of here. They're falling back.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay. Is there an open window that I can go to that they'll be able to see me from?
Yeah, there's a window on the first floor, but not in this room.
On the first floor? Not in
Sorry,
this room?
on the second floor.
On the second
but
floor?
not in this room. There are
Okay.
many rooms on the second floor, but you wouldn't be able to see south from this room. This
All right.
room has a eastern and northern.
Okay. James and Seb with me. I run down to the window and kick the window open.
You kick the window open and you look down this main street past the plaza that's mostly empty with a few statues and many soldiers that are starting to gather here. And you can see the battle pressing northward. You see a small skirmish of barbarians pretty far off, and way past that, near the southern side of the city, you see hundreds of hobgoblins.
Okay, so it's over. Do I see these yahoos anywhere?
You see Artigan and you see Karina behind him. Give me a perception.
Ugh. Okay, I have advantage, so that's something.
Still have advantage in the middle of the
18 and
night.
18
He always has advantage. His shield gives him
me advantage all the time. And I've got 120 dark vision. So
You see Garavon running through the streets towards Artigan.
and
He's
Karina.
mostly by himself. There's no one around him. Coming from the same direction you came from.
I mean, I'm going to lean out and light up my sword and my shield to see if it attracts anybody's attention.
Yeah, many people look up as you do that and see you standing.
I'm trying to
there.
get
A
these
volley
guys
of
to
bolts.
look up. Yeah,
You
maybe.
don't see Merritt.
Okay, well, do I see these 2 guys?
Yes.
Okay. Do they see me when I lean out and light up the town?
Yes. What's your passive?
11.
Yeah. I mean, he's already headed towards you. So
Okay.
He sees it.
I'm going to wave you guys in. Like,
Okay.
come on.
Yep.
We need to
Heading
go.
that way anyway, so.
All right, I don't see Merritt.
No.
Shitty. Okay, I run back upstairs with the kids. Where's Merritt? I asked Shanir. I didn't see him.
Last I saw, he was western side of the wall.
Shit. What does the roof look like?
So that was your turn.
Yeah.
Artigan, Garavon, you do end up almost meeting up exactly
Okay.
as you're heading in towards the manor. So if you want to talk, you don't have to. But you meet up with Art again.
I
He's got Karina on the back of his horse.
do a little wave, and I just want to, I'm sure we're just going, let's just get up to Shanir's.
You actually run faster. You run the same speed as his horse.
Only this horse is not a war horse. If it's a war horse from the cavalry, it's slower.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to tell me that.
It's the truth.
Get out of here. You just head straight into the manor. You don't want to say anything, really?
I'll mention over to Garavan. Be like, I can get 8 of us out. Think about who you want to bring with. One person brings each one person.
Sorry, James.
+1s.
Oh, okay.
Everybody hold hands.
Okay.
Not you, James.
He did.
Yeah.
And you guys make it to the manor. You have to push through the gathering of soldiers that are gathering in this plaza.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you're going to have to dismount.
Yep. We'll dismount when we have to.
Okay. So you dismount at the manor. And you walk in. You walk into the front doors of the manor, which are wide open. There's a lot of people coming in and out. There's a lot of foot traffic, but there's also a giant's head in the front lobby of this manor that's just set there. It hasn't started decaying yet. It's only been there for 10 minutes. And you guys start heading upstairs.
And while we're walking up the stairs, I'll just ask, so where's Merritt?
He said he'd stop by and help the cavalry for a little bit, but I told him we were heading here, so he should be coming.
All right, good.
Okay. So then you guys come upstairs?
Absolutely.
Merritt, you're riding along the coastline of the river. And you're gonna make it to the bridge. Unless you cut back before then.
Probably not. Well,
Now that you know where to look, every once in a while you see a flash in the sky as this storm is slowly approaching. Lightning bolts are slamming into buildings and the river and the ground. When it hits the river, you see the water explode upwards in a geyser. You had a really close call with one lightning bolt as it slammed into the ground nearby, 20 feet away, and you can feel the electricity in the air when it hits the ground. You feel your hair stand up on the back of your neck, and it is loud, deafening loud. It drowns out the rest of the city's sounds.
as I'm going, this area is pretty completely abandoned for anybody that
For the most part. You're not too far away. You see down where the bridge is a small troop still stationed there. The captain is still there as well.
I'm gonna head towards them.
Okay. You head towards the captain. You can make it to him. He sees you approaching. He has 10
Okay.
with him. 10 soldiers. All mounted. All ready to ride at a moment's notice.
Do they look like they're ready to go? North, south, east? Are they?
What's your
pointed? What are they
natural
trying to do?
insight?
My
Are you trained?
insight? No.
So give me a roll.
10.
Okay. You see a couple braziers at the foot of the bridge, at this side of the bridge. You do remember that it's been rigged to blow if things go wrong.
Well,
You see one of the, well, actually you see more than one of the mounted horsemen. They have bows on them. They look like they're trained archers compared to trained spearmen or swordsmen.
Yeah. And so from my journey, I have only seen the hole in the western wall.
Yes, you've seen the western wall breach, but you haven't seen the southern part of the city. You're too far north to really get a good idea of what's going on. However, you do know the best vantage point of the entire city is the top of the bridge.
Yeah.
Where the bombs are.
So I'm gonna be coming around, and I ask for I don't ask anything. I command the captain. Okay, report.
So, we're waiting on word.
Word for what?
Word to leave, a word to attack. For now, we hold our post.
All right. Need a better vantage point. And so I just head out onto the bridge.
As you're shouting, you run past them, you run up the bridge, and like I explained to you before, this bridge is very tall, 80 feet at its highest point, and it's a massive, massive wonder. Shouldn't be standing, it's so heavy, you know, but you can tell it's been made out of magic. And when you get to the top vantage point, a few flashes of lightning slam to the ground, slam into the river, and you see again that silhouette in the sky. Pretty far off still, but you see them there, moving towards you. You turn around to get a better vantage point of the city, and you can see everything that's happening in the city. And you see the eastern wall is still somewhat holding its own. The western wall has been breached. From here, you can see the cavalry has spilled out, and they seem to be holding pretty well on that side too. But the southern wall, the southern gate, has been breached completely, and an entire troop of hobgoblins are headed into the city, pushing back against the soldiers that are trying to hold them. There's a gathering of soldiers in the courtyard where the manor is. And that's what you see from this angle. It's all minuscule in sight.
All right. I'm gonna head back down and find the captain. Say, the south needs reinforcements.
So he looks at you. I take my orders from Tarvis.
So do I. Go to the south.
You have a message?
Yes, it's go to the south. Go to the southern wall.
We hold our position until told otherwise. You don't have that authority.
It's time to go.
You here for the bridge? I flaming bolt the brazier.
That's not where it's rigged.
Oh, I thought that was where they...
But you did roll bad on your insight too.
Sir.
So you flaming bolt the brazier, which explodes in fire, knocks it on its side. And people do jump back when you cast a spell like that. And one of the bowmen actually draws on you. What's going on?
The southern gate has fallen.
He continues to look at you. I take my orders from Tarvis.
Fine, then die here. I leave.
You head inward or outward? Are you going north or back into the city south?
I'm going to head south.
So into the city. Okay. What are you guys doing? You get up into the room where Delaron is with Chenier, with Tarvis.
These guys are saying they have a way to get 6 people out.
I have a way to get 8 people out, unless you give me a minute casting time, then I can get as many people can fit in 6 seconds.
I can give you a minute. I tell Ced and James, you guys wait with Art. He's gonna get everybody out of here. Art, where are we going? Take us to the Citadel. Yeah?
Yeah, I can do that.
Don't finish the spell until I get back. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I start down the stairs. There are soldiers gathering in the courtyard around the manor. Okay. I look out there. I'm like, anyone who wants to ride out of town, head upstairs. There's one way out in 1 minute. The rest of us are going to stand here and hold the line.
Are you trying to persuade people?
Am I trying to just... No, I guess Delrin probably honestly doesn't give a shit if they want to leave or not.
You probably sound like it in your voice, though.
Yeah, but I will tell people, but I will say, everybody who's not going with me, we're going to hold the line for at least 1 minute. And I stand at the only way in.
Of the manor.
Mm-hmm.
See a group of about 20 soldiers.
I yell, women and children first. And I will try to persuade them. Women and children first.
You don't see any women and children here.
Where
well,
the
you
civilians?
see one
There's
woman
gotta be
here,
some.
but she's taller than any man you've seen.
Oh,
for
she's the
most
beefcake
part.
chick? I say women and children first, but not her.
Some people give you a weird look, but
There's no room for you in our utopia.
Scary monster would. And I'm like, who's with me to hold the door? We're going to hold it for at least 1 minute.
what'd you roll on your persuasion?
I know I didn't roll it. Want me to roll it?
You said you were going to.
Oh, yeah, I will. All right. Persuasion. What is my persuasion? I don't know. It's kind of smudgy. I got it right here. Spoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I have a +9. I'm a persuasive guy. 13. I'm like, I'm pretty persuasive. I'm like, fuck
Of
all
the
you
20
guys.
that seem to be accepting your terms of cowardice, a few stay back with you. They turn around and they hear your words and they
I'm like, swing.
pull out their
Drop
swords.
my shield.
I'm with you.
We're going to hold line.
They start gathering. But the rest go inside and go
I know where
upstairs.
Art is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use message to Art.
Boop.
Like, hey, if the spell finishes and I can't get upstairs, take James and Cedric and go.
This is not one that I can reply to, is it?
Yes, you can.
You can.
Oh, I can? I'll say back, find Merritt, get upstairs, we leave when you do.
Whatever. All right. I said what I had to say. I hold the doorway into the manor.
Okay.
Are there hobgoblins coming?
Slowly, they're pushing your soldiers back.
I'm like,
Towards
fall
the
back to the
courtyard.
walls of the manor. We'll hold them here. I try to pull the soldiers back to the walls of the manor.
Okay. The sounds of fighting is pushing up from the south. The sounds of a storm is pushing down from the north.
If there's any commanding officers that have rallied soldiers around them, I'll message them from where I am, if I can see them. I'll be like, fall back to the walls of the manor. We're going to try to hold them at the manor.
Give me a dexterity save.
Out of nowhere.
Lightning.
14.
14. You're riding
My horse.
through the streets and you see a lightning bolt slam down right in front of you. It's so loud and so bright it blinds you almost. Your horse skids. You have the reins. You also command it. Around. You don't actually take the damage, but it was very close. And it leaves a crater in the ground.
Shit.
Continue riding south. The throng of people are being pushed back until you hear a break. You see the break from your vantage point.
I can see the hobgoblins spilling in.
You see the hobgoblins that have spilled in. It's obviously not all of them. It's not all 3,000.
Sure, but I imagine that there's like a group of people around the manor that are slowly being pushed back to it. And at
But
some
you
point,
see
the hobgoblins get
soldiers
by.
break
Oh, and run to the manor?
and run towards the manor. And that
Good.
front line of soldiers that couldn't break like the
Mhm.
rest
They die.
are mowed down mercilessly.
I make room for the soldiers that make it ahead of the hobgoblins to get past me, and then I'm going to step in the way and hold the line at the door.
So they're all falling back into the courtyard.
Fall back to the manor! Fall back to the manor!
It's loud.
I'll use message and yell at individual soldiers that seem like they have like a group of soldiers with them. So if I can find officers, I'll message them from where I'm at. If I can see them.
Okay. You can get a few in this time frame. What are you guys doing? What are you doing, Garabon?
I don't know.
Panicking?
No, I'm not panicking. I'm just with art, listening to Delaron.
You
I'm
can
doing
hear the
teleportation
sounds
circle.
of his shouting, but you don't see him. You're on the second floor of the manor. You're on the north side of the manor.
Is there a window?
On the southern side, you can go to the other rooms, but you won't be next to Art.
All right. Well, I'll go check the windows.
So you're going to go to that same window that Delron was at one point, where he lit his sword. You look out the window and you see this same thing, the soldiers being pushed back into the courtyard. The soldiers now reinforcing themselves at the manor. There's too many to like reinforce them like right by the manor. They would hold a large swath of this courtyard.
And are there enemies?
Oh yes, there's hundreds of enemies pushing in.
I start shooting.
They're not quite 300 feet. They're close. They're within like 500 feet.
Oh, okay.
And you hear the sounds of battle raging. You see the hobgoblins slaughter the innocent. You see the soldiers break. You see them running to reinforce themselves at the courtyard.
How far is the outer edge of the courtyard?
It's like a plaza. It could fit. It's probably like 500 feet in length. They're just at the edge of the other side of the courtyard, being pushed into it. It's 500 feet by like 500 feet. It's a large square. It's not completely barren. There's benches and tables. There's statues. There's lots of there's a few trees, but they're dead. Glim.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be grass, but it's all snow.
Right.
Lots
Okay.
of snow. But most of the snow's been cleared. That's a good thing.
I'll just go right back to the room that Arian's
So
in.
you're gonna go stand by Art again. Merritt, you ride through the city. Give me a actually not you have 20. You don't have to roll perception. You see a message boy running northward towards the guys you were just at. That look. Die.
Yeah, like sloof.
And he runs past you.
I let him run past.
It's good.
You continue south towards the manor. You can actually see it in your sights.
I don't. Much as I want to metagame that way, I think I'd be heading toward where the breach in the gate is.
South.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to end up.
Well, you've seen
Miraculously
the
going
people
right through.
collecting in the plaza from your vantage point.
Yeah, that would, in my mind, slow me down.
So you're going to try to skirt around the side of the city? East or west?
East.
East, so that was the side of the city that you saw that was holding better.
Yeah, as much as I want to
Meet up.
do the obvious thing, I think without knowing all the facts, he would assume that these guys probably went to the southern gate more than anything else.
You don't know all the facts.
I
You head
very,
east.
very few facts.
You change your route.
Yeah, so
And
we'll
you
try
go through a few alleyways and through the streets to avoid this battle. See them starting to push into the courtyard. You can start taking some shots.
I'll start shooting.
How many arrows you got left?
7.
125.
Okay. You used
James
10
was-
at a time.
Well,
I think we
yeah.
did
Well,
mention
James
that
was
we were
hooking it
meeting
up,
at the
though,
manor,
right?
didn't we?
James.
Thought I told you when I left.
The guy that was.
The guy that died.
Yeah.
He left him to die.
And plus, I went back and got like a shit ton more, and then I
You
came
have
back.
125.
Right now, I do.
Yeah. That's what you got.
What I got.
You fire your first volley of arrows, 10 at a time.
Oh,
It's an amazing sight to watch one archer loose 10 arrows at once. Some of the soldiers are looking up at you as you're just above them where they're collecting. And the
I'm
arrows
just a normal man. I'm not a god.
he yells from the window.
Oh, what a weirdo. All right.
And give me a roll an attack roll. I'm not going to make you roll 10. Just how well you do is how many you actually hit.
He hits 10. That's the way the spell works, right? No?
He has to
No,
make 10
this is-
attacks.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to make him make 10 attacks.
So,
It's not even a spell.
18.
18 total? You do really well. It's a feature. He just loads 10 arrows in at a time.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah. But most of them hit their mark, and you see a rank of hobgoblins fall. And they continue pressing in. They're a couple 100 feet away.
Keep telling troops to fall back to the manor.
Yeah, and some of them are, most of them are. You're now making a line across the back side of this courtyard. There's only enough troops for one massive, skirmish line. Be 5 ranks deep, though.
Okay. How far away is the skirmish line from where I'm at? Is it close?
Yeah, they're starting to form up, and in the chaos, they haven't all fall back completely to the manor, but the skirmish line is forming. And
I'll step up to it. I step into the front.
there's more than 100 in each rank. It's large. Very large line.
Cool.
I don't suppose you would see merit from there.
I don't know. Can I?
No, he's cutting too far east.
Okay.
He's cutting into the city.
Well, I'm going to wait until he shows up. I step into the skirmish line.
Step into the skirmish line. Front line or second rank?
Front line.
Front rank. All right.
I light my sword and shield.
Light your sword and shield.
King, king, king.
People start screaming and shouting. They're holding their banners up. Loose.
That's even better. 24.
24. You do really well again. And almost all the arrows find their mark. Not all of them drop in a single hit, which is actually surprising to you because you've seen most of them drop in a single hit. And they push further up. In about 30 seconds. Alright.
Okay. I'm continuing my teleportation circle and holding it so that it doesn't go off.
You're gonna hold the energy?
Yep.
Merit.
So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but knowing Delaran and where Cedric was, there's at least that glimmer of possibility that everyone's actually causing all that trouble in the middle of the city. And so I'm going to skirt a little bit closer to that than I had originally planned and see if, as I'm riding south, see if I can just keep side checking to see if I can kind of grasp what's going on over there.
Okay.
And
I'm in the front line with a
Staying.
flaming sword and a glowing shield. So I don't know if you'd see me, but
you do skirt by that. They're very far away because you were going through the city eastward, but you see the line forming up. And you do see a bright light right in the middle of it forming up. You know
Okay.
that bright light. It's like the only person that paints themselves as a target that you've ever known.
Son of a bitch.
Come and get it, uglies.
Yep. And this ugly's gonna go and get it too. How thick is the line of hobgoblins with their back to me?
You're almost, from this distance, you're not actually looking at their back. You're looking at this skirmish line forming up from the side. You can see the 5 ranks deep down the street. You can see hundreds of soldiers forming up. Hundreds, maybe even 1,000. It's hard to tell. And you see the hobgoblins pressing in, cutting down soldiers as they push in. And even though this skirmish is pushing into the city, and even though the front lines are engaged, the hobgoblins remain ranked very well.
Super military.
So you're looking down a side street, but you can see them just from the side. You could get behind them if you want.
No, I thought I was gonna have to.
Go through them.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm in a bad spot.
That would be a very bad spot.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna cut in and get. I'm assuming I'm really far away, but I'm gonna head in that direction.
You're like 1,000 feet away.
Yeah, that's far.
It's far. Be
And I
a few
am,
rounds before you can get close.
I am
So you're
racking my
1,000
brain
feet
for
away,
ideas.
but your horse goes 120. So now you keep track. 880.
Okay.
One more shot before the front ranks engage.
Samesies. 24.
Again, your arrows find their marks. You fell a couple of those hobgoblins that didn't fall in the first shot. You're picking your targets very well. As they're pushing the soldiers back, the front rank actually becomes like the third rank as they're pushing your line back and killing them. They're pushing back to the hobgoblins too and killing some of them, but it's definitely in favor of the hobgoblins. You guys don't hold as good a line as they do, and you can tell that as it's pushing in,
I mean, I can kill 2 of them around.
hopefully. They'll get to you this round, but no one's going to engage you.
They won't engage me?
specifically.
Why not?
They're still killing the people they're pushing back into your lines.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'll move to the forward. I'll move up to where the killing's happening.
As
then.
you're moving up, soldiers are now banging their shields and they're moving up, trying to keep in ranks, and then chaos breaks out and your lines just push. They shove into the front ranks of the hobgoblins and the battle ensues.
Sweet.
Let's put on some battle music.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait for them to push our soldiers back all the way. I'll move in.
It's been about 45 seconds already.
Mhm.
You can keep taking shots, but chaos ensues. You see ranks starting to break up. Even the hobgoblins' front rank starts to break up as the reinforcements push into them and people start spilling into different areas. And the more you volley, the more likely you are to friendly fire by accident. It's going to be a lot harder to volley. I mean, you can.
Yep. Oh. 26.
You see all this happening. You're not stupid, you're not smart. You would probably aim for larger bodies of hobgoblins, but it's very likely you'll still end up hitting some friendlies. But you're obviously not going to aim into an area that's almost all friendly. And You loose your first volley, and it looks like you do hit one of your own guys as the arrows come down, but you hit a lot of them too. Arrows rain down from the sky. You don't even see it happening at this point. It's crazy. I don't think I've called for initiative, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
You're going, then they're going. It's your turn.
Swing.
You push up into the front ranks. Hobgoblins are screaming,
I'll scream at them.
banging their shields. Most of them are wielding spears in the second and third ranks, and a lot of the front ranks are holding shields and swords.
Okay, then what I want to do is I want to kill 2 in the front rank and then step into the spot and get to the guys in the back. I want to get to the juicy middle.
Okay.
But I'm going to butcher my way in.
You start pushing in.
Literally, I push.
You're still
Slam!
lit up very brightly?
Yeah,
All right.
I am lit up.
Okay.
I'm going to push into their ranks. So I slam the first guy with my shield. Slam.
The first rank pushes in.
Here we go. My shield slam is a 17.
Oh,
Stoosh.
athletics against them. You slam him into the ground. When you hit him, his whole body actually flips around and he lands face first down in the ground.
Butcher. 29.
That's a hit.
So 10, 18, plus 8 is 26.
I mean, you just slice him in two.
I step into his spot.
Step over his dead body, and there's more. There's always
Okay,
more.
and I'm yelling at the guys that were in my line, push into their lines as I move in.
You're trying to carve a way in.
Or is there a spearman behind him?
Yeah.
I butcher the spearman next. Hack.
You swing your sword around. You push his spear out of the way.
21.
And you slice into him with your sword. You have your sword lit. It's emanating this very, very hot heat. When it slices through the skin, you see it and hear it sizzle.
10, 18.
18. Again, you just skewer him.
I'm going to step into his place, creating a space behind me for the other troops to fall into.
Then they're going to go.
Yep.
It's a
How many
natural
crits?
20.
I mean, it's going to hit me.
And 2 other hits.
No, shield. No other hits. Natural 20. Or what do they roll to hit me? Was it super awesome? Can they hit 27?
I will tell you. 1 other hit
Okay.
with the 27.
All right.
One of them
Suck.
seems a little more battle hardy, and he's holding the spear.
Mm-hmm.
He skewers into you, and this is the one where it should have.
It should have shielded.
Yeah, you thought you would be able to deflect his
I'm
attack.
okay. And that's like, bing, slice. I'm like, oh,
When you
it's
see
bad.
his shield kind of fizzle in that one spot, he skewers through you.
Okay.
So this is the normal damage, though. So take 7 piercing.
4.
Oh, and he actually does more. This guy does.
Oh, sweet.
Because he has allies by him. 17 total.
So it was 14. So 10 more damage.
The natural 20. $11 damage.
So 8.
And your shield deflects one spear off to the side.
Ugh, it's not nice.
And
Alright.
they're starting to push through. I want this real quick.
How are the guys behind me doing? Are they dying viciously?
the ranks are even at this point. They're pushing in, and some hobgoblins are pushing in just like you did and cutting down soldiers as they go. One of the more veteran hobgoblins pushes into your ranks behind you, and he cuts down a soldier in front of you, about 3 men away.
I'm going to kill him.
But the lines have now clashed, and they're holding on each side. The hobgoblins are more battle hardy.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Merritt, you continue riding. 120.
Mm-hmm.
660. I'll give you one reminder that you do have a way to go faster. You can fly. I guess it wouldn't be faster. It'd be the same speed.
I used that when I was out with the giant.
10 minutes a day.
You're close.
But isn't it once you dismiss it, it doesn't matter whether or not you used it all up?
No, it's just every time you use it, it's a minute of it.
Oh, I thought it was one instance.
No,
Kept it out
it's
for
10
them.
minutes a day. You used like probably a minute or two.
Yep. All right. I didn't realize that it worked that way. Perfect.
But I think it is as fast as your horse.
Yeah, it's probably, but it's good to know because
Probably don't want to ride it.
yeah, when I get a little closer, I'm definitely not going to want to
Be on the ground.
be on the ground level. Yes.
660.
Mm-hmm.
You see the lines clash. Garavon, are you going to continue to volley?
Do I know that I hit?
Oh yeah, you saw it
friendly.
happen.
Can you aim for more for the back lines where all the goblins
Coming
are?
for your ass, Garavon. Killing friendlies.
Is it possible?
Is that what happens when you kill friendlies? I better be more careful.
As the chaos ensues, you look around. You see like maybe just one more round of where you could just hit the enemies
Yeah,
in the very back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You won't disrupt the front ranks at all,
That's fine.
but you'll kill.
Yep, that's what I want. 20.
20. Most of your arrows find their marks in the back lines. They're now in range. The entire army's in range for the most part. Well, the big center mass of the army's in range, but the flanks, the sides of the skirmish lines extend past that 300 feet you can reach. They extend through the entire courtyard almost. Delarin.
Okay, so when I made that hole behind me by pushing into the ranks, did my soldiers fill it?
Some were cut down, but you're now where each side are starting to
Push into each other.
push into each other.
I'll smash one guy down to the ground and then kill two guys.
Okay.
Laugh.
Continuing in,
No, not moving in anymore.
staying where you're at.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold the line.
Hold the line.
So the two lines are like, and they kind of smooshed into each other. So I'm just going to kill the guys around me and hope that people
Yeah,
can
on your
fill my back
flanks.
channel. Yeah, I want other people to fill in around
You
me.
turn to your side and you swing.
First, my shield.
Oh yeah. First you bash them with your shield,
19.
but he actually stays as you hit against him. He moves to the side and deflects the blow.
Sword him. Sword. He needs to die. 20.
20 is a hit. You're a soldier. When you're swinging, are you going for like mincemeat or are you looking for the veterans of the battle? You can actually tell, even in this fight.
Melee. I mean, is this guy one of the beefier ones?
Who are you aiming for?
Yeah, I probably want to. I mean, I want to shoot out to the sides right now to clear space for the line to move in around me.
Okay.
But also, if I can kill.
You have your option right now, one of each on each side.
Oh, I'll kill the tough guy first.
Veteran.
Yeah. So I sorted him. I'm going to do. What's that? 11, 14, 19, plus 8 is 27 to him.
That'll do it.
Take his head off. Wah! And then I come back around for the weenie.
You do a full whirlwind.
Josh is always coming back for the win.
That's right. 18 for the
That's
weenie.
also a hit.
I kill the weenie, I'm sure.
Can't miss today.
Not
Stick
yet.
the weenie in the weenie.
10 and 9 is 19 plus 8 is 27 to him too. I cleave him in half. Lack, lack. And then I scream at the guys behind me. I'm like, move in, fill ranks, fill ranks. Because the goblins are cutting me down.
Yes, they are.
So I try to hold.
Artigan, your energy is now ready to be cast.
Mm-hmm.
But because it is a solitary... What are you casting? Teleportation or teleportation circle?
I'm teleportation circle unless things get bad.
So that is a, like, you sit down and you create the ritual around you
That's why I
in
needed
the
a
war
minute.
room.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't move if you're going to hold that energy.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear what's going on, but you can't join.
Yep. I'm waiting for people to come to me, and we're gonna get out.
The only people around you so far are still Cedric and James, his friend. Dalron, you know, hasn't come back. And you look
Great.
down the hallway out the door, and you can see Garavon through the other room at the window firing away.
I also imagine Karina's nearby.
She is.
Yep. I'm just holding on to it.
Okay. They will attack.
Come on, guys.
Ooh.
Is that against me?
Oh, that's
Okay.
rough.
I don't know how I roll so many 20s against you.
Always.
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 So is that 2 crits in 1 hit?
That's a veteran. That's not a veteran. That's 2 crits and 1 hit.
I'm going to go down.
It's going to be bad for a Dalaran in a minute.
Yep.
So first, the spear.
Yep.
13.
So 10.
And then the sword. Also, 10 actually.
10. So is that 7?
And then the hit, or actually the second crit, I'm sorry. That will be the sword. 15.
So 12. Okay, I'm hurt pretty bad.
You guys,
Like at this
not
point,
you guys, you
It's like sword,
see
sword, spear.
spear enter the side of Delron, and you see 2 swords actually cut through his armor, and you can see him wincing back in pain and shouting.
It's like a Boromir scene. I'm taking it hard. I have 7 hit points, so I'm pretty hurt.
Merritt, you make it to 440.
Yeah, and as
I'm not gonna.
as I
I'm
get
not
to
gonna
about
do it,
there,
guys.
I'm going to basically stand up on the saddle and jerk the rein so the horse goes the other way and launch myself.
Now, I believe it's an action to activate your cloak.
Yeah, so I don't go full 120.
You go 60 more. So 380. You're now 380 away.
380. Horse is not running into the fricas, and I pop some cape wings.
Spread your wings, and as you activate them, they actually flare out into real wings. And you're now flying through the air.
And I'm going to try to put
Low to the ground for now, because you're trying to get close.
Yep, I'm going to try to slowly gain a couple feet with each.
So do I see him?
No.
Okay.
You just got
Messed up.
really
Muffed
messed up.
I mean, Delaron's like, okay, this is happening. So I'm gonna do the weird cinematic, look around, look at the sun for a second.
You look up and you see Garavon looking
people.
down at you through the window.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And it's dark and thunderstormy in the middle of the night.
Oh, never mind. So, so I look up and I'm like, it's great, it's bad, I'm gonna die.
And you
here.
hear lightning strike the ground.
I see Garavon. All right.
Garavon.
All right, so I'm gonna take some sharpshooter.
Are are you going to continue your volley? The lines have now clashed and meshed, and you will hit friendlies no matter where you.
I'm not sure. I don't want to fire 10 at a time, though. I want to.
You can pick the guys you kill now.
I want to pick the guys that kill around Delaron.
Specific shots, 2 shots. Roll a hit.
All right.
Are you gonna always sharpshooter?
This is sharpshooter. Yeah.
Right now, there's no No, never mind. You don't know. They all look the same.
14 and a 10.
Miss. You see one bounce off one of the hobgoblin shields.
Take 1 point of pride damage.
Yeah, right? Oh.
That
You
hurt,
see
man.
one just enter into the throng, and you don't
only
know
Lorenzo
if it hit
was here.
anyone or anything.
Fuck Lorenzo.
Yeah,
In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm thinking about Lorenzo going, God damn it. Shit.
Okay, so it's my turn. I don't know Merritt's coming.
Nope. You can't see him. He's 360 feet away.
Okay. Caravan's leaning out the window and missing the shots the guys around me. One of them has his spear in my guts.
Mm-hmm.
I have 7 hit points.
He pulls it out.
Oh! That was unfortunately weird. Alright, how deep is the line behind me?
6, 7 hobgoblins deep.
No, behind me.
Oh,
Hopefully that's
Same
not what's
amount?
happening. But not hobgoblins, right?
no. There's some that have broken into your ranks, though.
Sure. But it's 6, 7 people deep.
And I never did the clash of lines last time, so let me do that.
Come on, man.
It's actually in your favor right now.
So we're holding.
You're holding really well, and you're repelling their forces trying to break into the lines. The best part of holding lines like that is you can pull back when needed.
Without provoking attacks of opportunity?
You have to disengage.
No, I don't.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. Okay.
You've been in war before.
Yeah, I know how this works. I killed 2 of the guys in front of me. Kill.
You don't disengage. You just kill them.
That's what I do.
There are 2 right near you,
Okay.
but they're all none of them are the veterans.
Oh, there's weenies? I smite weenies. Smite.
One of them screams in your face as you swing at him.
Yeah,
His
25 to
teeth are
him. Whack!
Caved in as your sword goes through his mouth.
16 to his buddy? Is 16 enough to hit?
16?
Yeah.
Not enough.
Dang. So I kill him, but then I'm like, oh, I falter because
He
of my wounds and
Throws
can't
up
follow
his shield.
through.
Their front line is not
Can you shield bash him to the ground?
too late now.
Yeah,
You
but I
can
gotta
do it.
hang on my bonus action for a second.
But yeah, you slam off the shield. He stares at you, and you see his red and orange face is smeared with blood, probably not his own.
So I killed one guy,
And he screams.
and I smacked him. And
Your shield's still lit.
yep, my shield is still lit. Only I will. I'm gonna let that go. So I'm gonna let my shield go dark, and then I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step into the back rank. Ooh, soup.
Okay. You do. You drop the light that was painting you a target,
Mm-hmm.
and you Misty Step 20 feet away?
30 feet back.
30 feet.
Wolf.
You guys aren't very far from the manor, although you did push up a little. You can make it to the entrance of the manor.
I do. Touching my side. I'm going to tell the troops in the back ranks, fall back. I'm going to try to get them to pull back to the actual manor.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're still a little further away from the manor, and the lines are holding.
Okay.
Okay. That's what you do.
We're pulling out. Tactical retreat.
Merritt, you can make it to
Another
240?
120, so it would be 260.
260. You can
Getting
see
there.
everything that's happening, and you can see Dallin standing in the silhouette of the doorway.
Bat off.
He is shouting, but you can't hear what he's saying. Not through
What-
all this noise.
What is my quick shotgun from the hip number on our troops that are here?
Pretty even, actually.
Know what I mean? Like
Oh,
50,
number.
10,000, 100.
1,000 each? Filling up this courtyard.
Yeah.
Half your troops. You had a 2,000 strong army. Most of the infantry's pulled back here. But you also know that they had at least 1,000 more people. Soldiers. Caravan. You see Delaron straight below you. He's yelling. He's yelling to fall back.
But he looks safe for the moment.
Yeah.
Great. I pull back and do I see before I pull back, do I see merit or anything like that? Like with my passive?
Nope. He's in the dark.
Oh, God.
Nothing's lighting you up, right?
Lightning in the background, but
Yeah.
Nothing's illuminating.
That is some bummers. But
Yep.
but I go back over to Art again. Delaron's pulling everybody back.
have you seen Merritt yet?
No, I haven't. We might have to leave without him. And I go down to the I make my way down to the entrance to the manor, to the doors.
So you're
I
gonna go
assume
down the
they're
stairs.
I assume they're closed
at.
right now.
Your action will be get to the top of the stairs because we're now in combat.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. The lines, I guess. See how they're doing.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Your side is holding their own, but you see them starting to fall in numbers, and some of the veteran hobgoblins push up, and they start filtering through to the back ranks and trying to break the line.
Okay, so I'm at the way into the manor, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take a minute, do one of these. My shield is down, my sword is out. I'm gonna look around for Merritt. If I don't see him, I'm gonna message to Art. I'm gonna wait for Merritt. When they hit this wall, I won't be able to hold them for long. Take James and Sed with you.
I'll reply back. Have you seen Merritt yet?
Well, we'll have to wait till next round for me to talk back.
Okay.
So I'm not leaving.
We'll just go to Merritt then. 240.
I'm gonna keep Supermaning.
Was it 260?
It was 260.
Another 120.
Maybe
You're
120.
140 away. You're still trying to rise a little, like to the rooftops?
Yeah.
Okay. How high?
At this point, yeah, maybe.
You could be at the rooftops without really losing the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. What is that?
Okay.
25 feet up or something?
You're standing by Art still?
No, I was at the top. Well, I was
Oh, on the
at
top of the stairs.
Yeah.
You're going to go down.
yeah, I'm going down.
All right, you start heading down. You can make it to the front door, and you see Delaron standing there, sword out, wounded, very wounded. He's got blood dripping down his armor, down his legs, down his breastplate.
You should get upstairs. It's almost time to go. That's what I say. I'm all leaning on my sword.
Well, you look like you're having fun, but party's over now. We gotta go.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be right there.
Not leaving you.
Well, I'm waiting for Merritt, so we might be here a long time because I don't think he's coming.
Um,
Caravan. I put my bloody hand on your shoulder. You need to go. My brother's going to need someone to look after him. I need you to get him to the Citadel for me. You're a good man. Please, do this thing.
Can I knock his arm away and then take
Yeah.
couple shots
Yeah.
out of the crowd?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is how we saved him before.
Yeah.
Subdue him so we can save him.
No, I knock his arm away, and if you allow me, I'm going to take some shots at some goblins. Sharpshooter, of course. Uh, 15 and much better 25.
One hit. You're arcing your shot now into the back ranks. You're hoping to hit the enemy, and you can't actually see if you are.
30.
Because you're not at a
30
height
damage.
point of view.
Well, I have a 30 damage on that one.
Well, won't tell you whether you hit them or not.
Why?
Because you can't tell. You're arcing your shot. Because you're not shooting into the very, the back of your own soldiers.
Okay. Fair enough.
The lines remain even. People are dying, though. In mass. Front lines are dropping, and the back ranks take their place.
I'm still calling for the back
Total-
ranks to fall back.
You might think a couple hundred people on each side have died so far. People are stepping over bodies. Merritt, you make it to...
Probably about almost to the line.
Do you want to go the full distance?
I
How far are you again?
was 140.
You can make 60. That puts you to 80 feet away.
Mm-hmm. But 120 would bring me. Is that 140 from
The door?
the door, from the line?
From the line.
From the,
So
then-
from him, you'd still be a couple hundred feet away.
yeah, I would go the full distance.
Okay. So you get right to the line almost and still above it, and 140 from Manor.
140.
But your action was to get almost to them. You see this skirmish breaking out. Well, not skirmish, this battle raging. And people are dying left and right. Hobgoblins are dying left and right. Teeth are gnashing, swords are clashing. You're still holding on to your spell.
Mm-hmm.
You're still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to take a couple pot shots into the back, arced.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
listen.
still don't know where they're landing.
I'm like, when the hobgoblins break the line, as you're taking your shots, I'll be talking to you. When the hobgoblins break
He
the line,
looses.
step behind me. Okay?
All right. Can I roll?
Yeah, roll to hit.
Bummer.
He's gonna disappear into the crowd.
Hey, so
You
I
know
got
it's a
a
terrible idea as you're
got-
watching him do this.
12
like you're
and
just
a-
wasting arrows. You don't know who's back there.
12 and a 23.
What if Merritt's back there? Why don't you just stop and hang out for a second? Don't worry. We'll have hobgoblin faces in our faces in a minute.
How many arrows you got left?
69!
It's amazing that you ask at that point.
That was pretty good.
I wasn't planning it, but there you go.
So listen, just wait. When the hobgoblin line, when our line breaks and the hobgoblins head towards the manor, I'll stand in the doorway. You can shoot over my shoulder.
Fair enough.
And the lines. Your front line cracks.
Here they come. I light the shield.
You hear the sounds of screaming soldiers as the hobgoblins start pushing in and filing through their ranks, and the spears start pushing past their own friendlies and into the enemies. They're cutting down the front line, and you see at least 50 fall in one swing. in one push. Merritt. Another 60 will put you within 80 feet of the manor. You're now over the throng, over the battle. You see this happen, your line cracks.
Yep. And I'm looking for... I'm selfishly looking for my friends rather than these thousands of people who are dying.
You see them standing at the front door of the manor. Their eyes are out on the battle. Garavan loosed a couple arrows. You see Delaron place his hand on Garavan's shoulder. You see the blood smear on Garavan's shoulder.
I know exactly what's going on. And I know who's not leaving.
You've seen this before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I continue flying 120.
So you make it to like within 20 feet of them.
Do I see him?
By the
Oh, you'll see them.
see me by the end. Yeah.
So then I'll message Art. I'm like, wait. Merritt's here. We're coming up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Your
Like he saw me. I was going to hit you at 120.
Just lay me out.
Just push him in.
Are you going to continue firing into the crowd?
We gotta go. We gotta go.
No.
You could use your movement to go up the stairs. You could too.
I'm gonna wait till he gets here.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until.
So you wait. They remain even. The hobgoblins do have the advantage, but they remain even. And
Okay.
people are dying on each side, and you see those front lines starting to thin out, and then the back ranks take their place again. You push up. Ranks are looking smaller, smaller with each push.
I'm still trying to get soldiers to come with us.
How many?
As many as I can.
So you're calling for retreat.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I'd be like, retreat.
Give
we're falling
me
back
an
to the
intelligence.
Yeah, I know that if some of the back ranks pull back, that falls. Right? Intelligence. No, I fail.
I mean, you might think that. You might not.
I roll a
You
5.
might. Yeah, I know.
All right.
You do what you do.
Yeah, I tell them to fall back to the manor that we're pulling out.
You gonna persuade them?
How many can fit through the circle?
You're not really sure. You don't even know, really. Like, you've never seen the spell besides through your group. He says as many as can fit through, but you've only ever gone
I don't know what
into
that
it. You don't know
means.
how long it lasts. You don't know
I think
exactly
I said
what
within
that
6
means.
seconds.
You know what? I don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just
mean,
go.
Okay.
I just go.
Okay.
Like, it's over. We have to leave. We still have to stop Magnus. So I limp inside, holding my belly, holding my insides in my inside.
Okay. Merritt.
What is Merritt? If you're not there, I'll wait till Merritt lands, and then we go in.
It looks like I'm coming in pretty hot for
Yeah.
that doorway that you're
I
standing
step out of the way and give you.
Yeah, because I don't do a gentle
You're
Superman
actually
land.
still at window height. You could go in the window if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, if you make eye contact where you
Yeah.
see me or something,
Yeah, I'm like,
I
yeah.
don't plow into you at 120. Instead, I just smash through the window.
Okay.
Nice. Then it doesn't hurt.
So I watch you go. Phoom. I start limping up the stairs. I'm like,
You follow. Garavan?
I just.
we gotta go.
Yep.
Put the sword away.
You take a look back as you're going. You see the hobgoblins press in again. And it looks like they're gaining ground. You hear more of your soldiers dying. You hear the sounds of screaming and wailing. People being cut down. You go up the stairs. Artigan's waiting.
Everybody get around Artigan. We're leaving.
Okay.
Roll for surprise.
So I'll give everyone instructions when you go through the portal. Keep walking. There's people coming behind you.
There's still 15 or so soldiers that you convinced earlier up here
Nice.
waiting. And you cast the spell, you release it,
Everybody run through.
and people start filing through with no order, no semblance of order. People just start going. Where are you going?
We're going to the Citadel of the Sun.
Oakdale.
Oakdale.
People start spilling through the portal.
Sweet.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Who of you goes first?
I will.
Garrett
I wanna get the
takes
hell
that
outta here.
initiative.
I don't even know where we're going yet. I'm probably grasp pretty soon that you're making a teleportation circle.
Yep. You see the portal open. Vroom.
I make sure Sed and James go through.
They go through.
Okay.
Follow right behind Garavon.
I'm like, Tarvis, Shanir, come on.
Tarvis shakes his head, pulls out his sword. Shanir looks at you. I can get on if I need.
So I lock eyes with Tarvis, give him a nod, like respect. And then I go in.
Go through the portal. Mary, you're the last one there?
Who?
I guess, have you gone through Artigan?
I'll get wow, I'm bad with names.
Karina?
Karina. I'll get Karina through and follow her after.
Your girlfriend?
Not girlfriend.
Life
Yeah,
partner?
she is.
Your girlfriend's sister.
Yes.
Which is even worse. My dead girlfriend's sister.
She goes
So
through.
bad.
And so it looks like this room is pretty much empty.
Rapidly emptying. The general
Aside from-
stays, General Tarvis. You see Gerald, Commander Gerald, he stays. Shanir stays. Shanir says he can get out if he needs. Tarvis heads down to the top of the
step
stairs. You step through. And you've already gone through?
Mhm.
That's the last you know. The fate of Woodhaven. You teleport in to the cathedral, the citadel.
Mhm.
The room is still empty, except for the desk, the list of names that has been unattended for a long time,
And the 20 or 30 people that just
and the 20 or 30
Appeared.
people that just popped in. Yeah, it's about 30. No, it's about 25. A lot of soldiers. And then you guys, Cedric, James. None of the generals, none of the commanders. Shanir did not come either.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Okay, I sit down.
You sit down
I'm
on
like,
the ground right
"Oh."
next to this teleportation circle.
Yep, I'm like, okay.
Do a healing word to him. Be like, you okay, man?
Oh, yeah. I feel great.
You can take 8 hit points.
Thank you.
of damage. No.
Yeah, right? Again, that does it.
What do you do, Mayor? You're back home again.
I'm going to stand up and kind of take stock of who made it. Soldiers, how many?
15 soldiers. Your group. Cedric, Delron's brother. And that same kid you saw once in the barracks where Cedric was when you checked in on him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you never got his name.
Karina.
Karina.
What else coming?
No.
So 15, 3 normies, and the 4 of us.
So 22.
Is anyone hurt? All the soldiers too. All right, we best head up to the healing hall, I imagine.
Sounds like a good idea.
I imagine you want to go say hi to your mother.
Get there eventually.
So you're going down to the healer's hall? Last time you were there, it was mostly empty. In fact, the last patrons of the hall were the Dragonborn. They were the last. So if no one's in there, you don't think there'd be anyone attending the sick and the wounded?
Well, as we're going, I'm going to start spamming a message to see if I can make the connection with Gloriosa.
You have to know where they are. So it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
No, it's not like guesswork. You actually have to know.
Tia, fly ahead. Let them know we're coming.
You tell your familiar to fly ahead. Yes, Merritt. Zoo. Hear her zip off, but you don't see her. She's still invisible. You guys start heading downstairs because this is on the second floor.
So Cedric, I'll be talking to my brother while we walk. James, how well do you fight with the shield?
I've been practicing. Been training.
Before we leave, I'm going to show you a few tricks.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Do you think they're gonna be okay?
No. If I thought everybody was going to be okay, we probably wouldn't have left. I know we killed a lot of hobgoblins. So even if their forces push through, they'll be seriously diminished.
You see the soldiers, they're kind of just standing around before you leave.
Well, we're going to the Hall of Healing, guys. Fall in.
It's only a few wounded of these soldiers. Most of them aren't wounded.
That's fine. I'll take command of them anyways. We're heading to the Hall of Healing. Everybody fall in, form ranks.
They'll just follow you.
Okay.
One of them's like, where are we?
We're in the Citadel.
Where's that?
Oakdale.
Never been there.
Well, welcome to Oakdale. If you guys have no objections and you have no familial obligation in the area, I'm probably going to ask you to stay here and become attached as a special unit to the troops that guard the Citadel.
Most of us fight for Woodhaven.
There isn't a Woodhaven.
Woodhaven's fallen, probably.
You continue down the stairs towards the healer's hall.
And I'll tell them this war is bigger than Woodhaven. This war is going to sweep everything west of the wall into it. If you stay here and attach yourself to the guard, you'll have another chance to fight if that's what you want. But I'm pretty sure that Woodhaven is no longer in our control. Made them pay dearly for it. But I don't know if those guys held out. If they did, it'd be a miracle of the gods.
So you get downstairs. You pass the hall where Father Ramiel's room is. The door is closed. You go through that hallway down to the healer's hall. By the time you get to the healer's hall, there's a big empty room for the most part with some cots that are set up still. There are 2 priests in the room cleaning things up, scrubbing the floors. And when they see you, they rush to your side to help you guys. And one of them you've met before, you know. Let's see.
Name time.
This one is you know him as Sean. He's been with you for a long time. Still a younger man, older than you, but in his early 20s. What's going on? What happened? Here, come. He ushers everyone into the room. Is everyone okay?
No.
Everyone here.
Blood all over me. I'm like, no.
Still walking. Is there anyone that's not walking? Is anyone...
No. None of us are hurt that bad.
The Battle of Woodhaven has begun. It was over within minutes.
Come in. He starts moving you towards the cots. Anyone that's hurt, please sit. A few of the soldiers take their seats on the cots. One of them just lies back on his back and closes his eyes, and you see that he's got some wounds across his chest. And Sean immediately goes over and starts attending to him. You hear Tia zip back to you and land on your shoulder lightly. I went and told Gloriosa. She's on her way.
Thanks, buddy.
Do I need to go anywhere else?
I sit down. No, you should stay with me.
Are you okay?
Where's your dogs?
I'm alive.
Oh, man. Did we grab our dogs on the way out? Oh.
I was trying so hard to get back there.
That's sad.
Where'd you leave them?
The manor. I was going to bring it out on my bombing runs.
Could we have grabbed the dogs on the way, or is that a no?
I'm a merciful DM.
Oh, nice. That's good.
You were hanging out with the pups?
Right. They were by the circle?
In that time frame, I'm sure there was time for someone that wasn't doing anything to grab the puppies.
Okay.
I won't let them go to the wayside with the hobgoblins.
That would be sad. You're fighting hobgoblins later also, and it's like, they have a dog. I'm like, that's my dog! The dog is biting you. No, stop! Stop, Justice!
No justice!
You have your puppies.
Okay.
And Karina is attending to the man that is also laid back with the chest wound. She has her hand on him, and you see a light aura from her hand heal his wounds.
I'll go up to her. Feel free to stay here the night. I imagine you'll want to go to the, my memory is horrible. Huntsman. Afterwards.
That is where I'll end up going in the end. I kind of want to find out what happened in Woodhaven first. See if anyone made it. Anyone made it out. If they didn't, hold the city. She looks over, but she doesn't actually make eye contact with you, Delron, even though her head goes that way.
I'm gonna be
I'm waiting for her to try and kill me.
I'm gonna be taking a nap, so if you need anything, just let me know. And I'll let these guys know that I'm going to sleep and ask Merritt where I can get a room.
Now you guys just woke up.
Yeah.
Did we?
Pretty much.
We did.
It's only been like an hour or two.
Yeah,
it's been a
an
couple
afternoon to midnight
Yep.
sleep.
It's like
So
2
it's like,
a.m. You can't get enough benefits.
Okay.
Not for like 24 hours or something. Give or take.
Relatively. It's not going to like enforce exactly 24, but you can't have your benefits of a long rest now. I mean, you can sleep. if you want, because your body's tired.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But
At
you can
least get a
also
short
write
rest
your
in.
schedule, correct your schedule,
By staying awake the whole time.
or going to bed now
Oh, sure. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
instead of trying to live nocturnally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna lay down on one of the cots in here. And not roll on my side, because
You want to squish it from there?
no, because I've got 7 arrows in my stomach.
Right. You're like, I'm a stomach sleeper. That's going to be rough.
I think when you healed yourself after that,
A
most
little
of them
bit.
push themselves out.
A little bit.
You got 1 arrow stuck in you.
Okay.
You want help with that?
It's gotta happen.
Okay. Back the way it came or out the back?
I don't know, just teleported away or something.
Yeah, it's not how this works.
You don't have to do that, Karina says from behind. She walks over to you and she puts her hand on you. She casts a spell to heal. And she'll give you a cure wounds. $12 health back. And when she does, she puts her hand around where the arrow entered into you. It slowly and loosely wiggles its way backwards and out of you.
That's so much better than what I would have done.
Thank you, Miss Esther. And I just kind of lay there.
She moves over to
Pull
some of
her
the
up.
other wounded.
I'm also wounded, but I don't ask her to heal me.
And she did an offer.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, so can I get some of that thing that you do with the dog?
Well, it's a wolf
Right.
named Garavan.
I don't care what his name is. Can you help me out?
Call my wolf Garavan.
All right, Garavan. Can your wolf Garavan help me?
Garavan. I'll cast a 3rd level
Healing spirit.
healing spirit.
It's
yeah.
2d6 around for 10 pounds.
Okay. So 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus 7 is 22.
Some of the other
Plus 9
soldiers
is
are walking around the
31.
room and they look a little
Plus 5
Anxious.
is 36.
but
Plus
they
8
don't
is
really
44.
converse with anyone. They don't
Plus
talk to you
8 is
guys.
52. Plus 8 is 60.
You roll 2 at a time?
Plus 7, yeah, is 67. Plus 7 is 74. Well, because it's 2 per round, so they interrupted me. 74.
It's gonna make me crazy.
And I'm going to cast it again
Roll more than 2 at a time.
on myself.
2 more d6 if you want them.
So let's see.
That'll be 3 charges, right?
2, 4, 6.
So roll that 3 times.
3 times and then another one. Come on, man. Right. Let's see. 13,
You hear the doors open.
17.
Large oaken doors. And Gloriosa steps in. She's accompanied by one of the ladies that you know. Don't remember her name. Unless you do. So we'll say this is Adina.
2d6 per round.
And she attends to a lot of the things for the other
This
lady.
was the first one you did 3. The second time you did
Okay.
only 1 charge.
Hmm.
So you have a lot more. It was only 4 charges of the 10.
Oh, shoot. So how many left do I have? Sorry, guys.
6 times 2
6.
is
12 dice.
12 dice. Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Roll that twice.
All right. Don't mind me. I'll do this.
Oh, I don't mind you.
Sorry,
Lady
Ryan.
Everlight and Adina walk into the room. And they walk towards where you're laying. And your mother sits on your cot where you're laying, on the side near you, puts her hand on you gently.
No.
You're laying on
my
your back,
eyes.
so she'll place her hand on your chest.
21.
You need to talk right now.
I'd rather not.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Let's fix up these others. Probably all that's left.
She strokes your head with her hand. You don't have hair, do you?
Yep, there's some
Do you have
black hair in there.
Okay, so she strokes your hair then. Gently, like a mother would. Pushes some of it out of the way. Messes with one of your cowlicks. But she'll look up to anyone else that's willing to talk.
I was
She
hoping.
knows you like to talk.
Yeah, right.
She looks at you, but she doesn't look at you. She's
No one likes me.
she's been going blind, but when she looks at you, her eyes are mostly white.
I was hoping that you could use the men that we brought back with us if they're willing to sign on with the guard here.
I'm sure that we could use... The town probably needs the guard more than the citadel.
Will the town give them barracks, food, and wages? Any of you that are willing? I ask the guards.
Yeah, most of them step up. There's a few that don't.
Okay. To those of you that have other business to you, I wish you good luck. Glorious, could they stay the night? Be outfitted in the morning?
We have plenty of room in the healer's hall. Plenty of cots. I've sent some to bring more cots for everyone. We'll outfit everyone with rations if they need it. One of the guards, not guards, one of the soldiers says, I'm gonna go back to home, see if my family's still there.
To Woodhaven.
No. Farmland around there.
Good luck to you.
Hope they evacuated already.
So do I.
Is there any way you can get us back close?
I'm taking a nap in some other room.
I can't.
Hartigan's already gone.
Yeah, I can't do anything like that. But if you stay around, I'll try to see if there's something we can figure out.
I'd rather not have to take the journey. We're in Oakdale, you said.
Yeah,
A long ways.
it is. If there's no way we can get you there, I'll pay for your passage on any ship or caravan going that way.
So he'll just go lay down.
Okay.
Out of the 15 soldiers, like more than half enlist their services, and Glorios ushers them to one of her attendees that will let them know where they need to go.
Okay.
You guys don't have to deal with the logistics of town politics and
That's good.
military.
Sudden James is still hanging out with us?
Yeah,
Cool.
pretty quiet.
Okay. So I tell him, hey, get some rest. We're going to reset our sleep schedule by crashing for a little bit, but in the morning, my plan is before I leave to give you some practice drills and show you how to use your shields more effectively.
If the army's gone, what do you think Mom and Dad are gonna do? Where do you think they'll go?
I pray they came here. I gave Mom a bunch of money. I told her to convince Dad to flee to the Citadel. I hope they come north. I'll ask around to see if anybody's. I told them to come here, so I mean, I'm not sure if they did or not, but I'll ask around in the morning.
I mean, you look up to Gloriosa, who's sitting in the room,
Right.
shakes her head. I haven't seen anyone. Not from Meadowbrook.
Might have to go get him, said.
They're probably not safe in Meadowbrook.
No. I told them they wouldn't be. But no one listens to me very much. They might listen more to you.
Sure, they're worried about me.
I'm sure.
I didn't tell anyone I was going. Just left.
Might have to go back.
I don't want to see Dad. He's probably really mad.
I just tell him it's my fault. That'll work out.
He's already really mad at you.
I know he can't get any madder at me. It's okay. It's all right.
Gloriosa's still sitting by your bedside. Get some rest. We can talk in the morning. I'll be back here first thing. Anything else I can do for you tonight?
Thank you for your hospitality.
Always. Everyone assuming goes to sleep then? Alright. The night will pass, but you won't get your full rest.
Roll hit die.
You can roll your hit dice.
Yay, short rest time.
Short rest.
I'm totally gonna roll my hit dice. I'm jacked up.
Roll some of those also.
You get any of your short rest benefits. No song of rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a
It
thought.
would work, but you're sleeping, so
Yeah.
no, it won't work. Not when you're sleeping.
15. 6 is 21. Plus 3 is 24. Enough. That's enough.
You all healed
Yeah.
up, Caravan?
For the most part, I'm only down 10.
You have hit dice you can roll.
Hmm?
D10s.
D10.
You add your Constitution mod, which is 4,
Right.
plus each D10.
So yeah,
There you
one
go.
will do it.
Yep.
There you go. They're full up.
2, 3, 4.
Full up.
95 out of 97.
When you wake, everyone feels much, much better.
Yeah, I went from
Much better.
7 to 104 in the last 8 hours, so I feel a lot better.
That's a good change. Your cuts all heal up, your wounds. No one went down, right?
I mean, I died yesterday, but
You did die. You get a scar.
sweet.
How severe is the scar? It's moderately severe.
Okay.
It can be upper torso, anywhere.
Don't we have a thing where you can roll to see where things land? Maybe.
I think I used to, but not right now.
How does it affect me? Does it affect me?
No, it's a scar. It's a battle scar.
Okay. Well, he hit me in the shoulder and cleaved into my torso.
I actually just set a sword inside your body.
Oh, and I was down?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get a scar like in my rib cage between two of my ribs where the sword like went through me.
Pretty massive sword too.
Yeah, it was like, so it's like this big old scar that basically takes like my side.
And even though you heal, the scar doesn't heal.
Not all the way, yeah, it's still there. It's cool. I mean, I died. I imagine something bad happens.
But besides that, it's hard to tell you. Well, you still have a lot of blood all over you. That's not true. It's
Yeah.
easy to tell you guys are in a large battle.
Yeah, I have to clean up.
Everyone's a little bloody.
After I wake up, I'll prestidigitation everyone and
Oh,
get them all
thanks.
cleaned up.
I'll use mending on my gear to close the hole.
It'll get like blood flakes,
Mhm.
thickened blood, dried blood. It will not remove stains. I don't think. Because it removes soiled things, but it doesn't remove stains.
Okay.
So if you have any
Bloodstained.
leathers or
It says clean or
clothes-
soil, so yeah, stains wouldn't. Cleaning.
I'll ask for a new set of clothes then, from one of the attendants that I find wandering around.
put on the armors and stuff, you can get all that off.
Yeah, and I can
Let's
mend.
just drop
I'll
them.
mend the holes with mending. Mend.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can mend armors. Doesn't take that long. Maybe 30 minutes to do like everyone's.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll mend our gear. And then I'll ask for fresh clothes from whatever attendees I could find.
They bring you simple white clothing, simple shirts,
That's fine.
simple leggings, trousers. Glory meets you guys in the healer's hall in the morning, and they bring a cart with food, breakfast.
Oh, nice.
Simple breakfast, still porridge.
Or just good food. Fills your stomach. Sticks with you.
Seven. I have 8 charges on my staff. Now that it's dawn.
Oh yeah, Don, I get my fire stuff.
So I'll
back.
tell Sed and James, one of the things that most people don't know about war is if you have the chance to eat, you want to fill your guts as much as you can because you don't know when you're going to be able to eat again. Right? So this might be your last meal if war comes here to Oakdale for the next couple days. You never know. Eat well. And then I start slamming food into my face.
Glory will sit on your bedside again, Merritt, as you're sitting up. She'll sit next to you. Do you still want to talk?
Anything particular you're hoping to suss out?
Woodhaven's fallen. You probably guessed that already since you're here. But we've heard word. It didn't take much longer than when you guys came here.
From the time
Jarvis,
the attack started
Chenier.
to when we left was 20 minutes tops. And they were inside the walls on 3 edges.
Tarvis, Shear.
I haven't heard from any. I don't know who Tarvis is.
He was the commander of the military there. Chenier.
I've heard of Chenier. Part of the council. He was there. Didn't hear anything about him. I'm sure you did everything you could. And if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Fill in the
Sons-
details.
Your son saved my life.
Might have been Shield, Rathus Krinth, but there was one there. Brought an entire storm with him. Not just the storm giant,
Which
with
we
a few
killed.
sparks of lightning.
Speaking of which,
but
did
an
we get the
entire
head?
wall.
Did anybody bring the head?
No.
Nobody
No,
got it.
there's no way to get the head through the circle.
It's too bad.
Besides, the person who would have been able to make a potion out of it was not there.
I still plan on sending Lodi to the other continent. I know you had agreed to go with him.
Well, we can go tomorrow.
Who else is in the room here? Let's see. You guys,
Probably James
Karina.
and Cedric.
James, Cedric.
Potentially Sean and one other priest, Gloriosa and Adina. Or those are the names that you've rattled off so far.
Adina attends to her all the time.
Oh,
Just because she can't see.
gotcha.
So she's like her scribe and she reads now. She looks at the young boys. Please give us a minute.
Wait outside, Sed. I'll be right out.
So she looks around the room. The council is coming in another few days.
Here?
Here.
What council?
The Council of 13. I don't think they're going to be coming to our citadel. But they might. You have made a name for yourself, whether you know it or not. People are talking about your great deeds, heroic deeds.
I don't know, it's that one.
They don't know half of what we've done.
But I've told Merritt that I'm a little worried about them coming here.
They come here, Magnus will eventually show up too.
They're not coming to stay. I'm assuming they're just coming to talk to the leader of our city. But it's possible if you wanted to gain an audience with them, if you need anything. I don't know what you need. I don't know what our next move is. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, there's the Temple of the... Is it going?
Three Furies.
Yeah. Magnus was going to end up there eventually and try to get a hold of some kind of book.
Theos. Is that where it is? Or is Theos elsewhere?
Theos is a different city.
Ah, okay.
The Tome of Ascendance.
Right. Yeah, and I think that we have to beat him to it or try and kill him.
If we get it, what's the move after that? We want to think ahead.
I think we should try and destroy it.
I doubt it can be destroyed. Ever tried to destroy a magic item? I assume because has held on for so long, it's impossible to destroy.
We have to hide it somewhere else where he can't find it.
I'll start working on ways I can hide things. See if I can get something.
Can't you put it, like, someplace else? I don't know.
Teleport somewhere and teleport back, but
What if we hid it in the Shadowfell?
That's a good idea.
except for anyone in the Shadowfell that might want it. Regardless, let's get it in our hands and we'll decide what to do with it based on our options.
Does anybody know how it works? Can it be used all the time? Can it be used once every 100 years?
I'm assuming it takes it takes something, I'm sure. And whatever it does take, it's not something easy to access.
If it's a spell, there'd be a component.
Exactly.
All spells have components.
We need to know more about it so we know how to keep it from working.
Well, I'm sure if we get it, then we'll know more about it.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
So if we think that's where it is, that's where we should go next. Probably.
I'll be able to get there as soon as tomorrow hits. So rest up, take it easy. Tomorrow's going to be...
Can you think of anything that we need from the council? Maybe more information about Magnus. They knew Magnus. Maybe they could tell us about him. More about what he wants. Information's good to have.
Would you want to wait till they come?
How long?
Another few days?
Could probably get to the temple and back by then.
It's a dangerous mission.
I mean, we just sat through a war. Storm Giant killed me.
Exactly. We just got through war. We should wait.
Storm Giant killed Delaran. We killed Storm Giant. Yeah, resurrected Delaran. Then we killed Storm Giant.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we do dangerous things all the time. But I think that we should get this book sooner rather than later. Because if he shows up there before us and gets it, that's not good. This guy is, like, on a rampage of death. And just imagine if he was a god. He's killing whole swaths of people this side of the wall. If he was a god, he could just kill everyone this side of the wall, right? Like, what would be stopping him? Not us. I don't know how to kill a god.
We'll learn if he does become one.
I guess.
Do you really think this is just going to be a few-hour operation?
No, but I think if it takes more than 24 hours, we won't come back, probably.
So we should stay and talk to the council before we go.
We'll be there and back before the council gets.
That's
You
what I'm
think so?
saying. Probably.
I can get us there in 1 minute.
Right, so even if we are there and the council shows up here, we can come back.
Yeah.
Right?
She looks at Adina, her scribe. And, do you have that book? She says. Adina hands her a book where she shows you the ritual to get to the Temple of the Three Furies.
Mhm.
She starts flipping through the pages, holding it pretty close to her face. You can tell she can barely make out some of the lines. But she gets to some of the maps. This is what we have so far of the temple. It's a vast, vast network. Tunnels and rooms underneath the temples. The Temple of the Three Furies is sitting atop two mountains. The tunnels go through all of it. It might not be so simple. It might not be quick.
Regardless, we can get back in a minute and get back there in a minute. So
Yeah, I mean, we can always head out there, see if we can get it worked out before they show up. I mean, in 2 or 3 days, we can just come back here, whether we're done with the temple or not. If we're still okay.
best case scenario or worst case scenario, we get some time to look at stuff, figure out where stuff is, make sure it's not being overrun.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep an eye on the clock, and when the council's supposed to be here, we can come back.
Mm-hmm.
If they give you a meeting.
I mean,
We
if they
could try to
don't-
talk to the bishop beforehand, see if you could get a meeting with the bishop first. They're coming here to meet him.
Do they have an armory somewhere?
Bishop does.
There were 2 who survived from the council. Magnus overthrew them, correct?
2 that sat directly on the council. The council is a conglomerate. Many kingdoms, many cities made up the entirety of the council. He destroyed the direct leaders. They've recuperated, mostly. They still hold true to the values. We hold true to those values, the 13 laws.
Curious. It may not work with our time, our restrictions. I think we should seek out those survivors. Understand, we need to figure out what happened 15, 16 years ago. And why Magnus spent a decade and a half not doing this after kicking down the doors. Now he's back.
I've been wondering if him looking for divinity has anything to do with the fact that the gods are, like, not showing up anymore.
And if he even achieves this, what that means for him. If that will immediately push him away. Perhaps giving him what he wants is exactly what we need. Seems unlikely. But if he has the power to block all the gods, what does it matter if he has more power?
I don't like the
There are more
idea.
things going on than we've grasped.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about what's happening, but I don't like the idea of giving someone responsible for a wholesale slaughter of innocent people. Godhood.
Oh, nor do I. I just don't know what happens if the ritual goes through in the current climate where the gods are restricted from our plane. There's something else at play that we don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of the ceremony for ascension.
I don't know. We need to know more.
Very well. So in the morning?
Sure. In the morning.
Feel free to make yourselves at home. If there is anything I can do for you, let me know. Or anyone here. Father Ramiel, Lodi, any of the other priests. I'd like to talk with Merritt.
Of course. I'll be outside in the courtyard.
So after people filter out, Artigan, before we get there, you already noticed that Karina is gone. And must have left in the middle of the night. She's nowhere to be found.
That's what she does.
I'll sit out in front of the temple and just play some music.
Loot. Fire.
Artigan
Fire.
later.
I'll sit with Art again this time. Keep an eye, make sure he doesn't leave on us again.
Just
Just
he just
kidding.
leaves you.
Just kidding.
Okay.
I'm going to collect Zed and James and try to show them how to properly use a shield.
So that's what you'll be doing, is training them.
Yeah. I'll be like, the most important thing in a battle is not your sword, it's not your spear, it's your shield. Your shield can be an offensive or defensive weapon. Blah, 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 whatever. I'll walk them through a bunch of the rhetoric. This is my shield. It protects me and my fellows. I will not leave without my shield. And I just shield bash them over and over and over again while I try to teach them to do it. Without causing them damage. Like while we're fighting, I'll use it to push them down or to trip them.
Okay.
Or to shove them backwards. And I'll pull out my punches with the sword, but I'll swing at them a couple times, trying to show them how to do it.
Sure.
If they're willing to train.
So you're going to sit with Artigan.
Listen to those pretty songs.
If I see them training, I'll give them some battle music.
Nice.
So you'll be training outside. So Merritt. Glory's still sitting on the cot that you're on. I don't know if you've noticed, but my sight's been much worse. It's mostly gone. I'm afraid of what that means, or if it's directly connected to my link to Paylor. Paylor being absent. I haven't heard from him in a long time. I'm also afraid for what that means for our citadel. My powers are waning. I can't do what I used to be able to do. You very well might be the last priest of Paylor. If that's the case, we could use your help here to lead.
Ooh. Rough.
You're not there. Let's give it a good one.
Time for another character.
I wouldn't expect you to always be here. But if that's the case, I would expect that You would take over a lot of the responsibilities of the Citadel. You would take over responsibilities of the followers, attracting new followers.
I question your priorities, Mother. How are we going to attract followers to a god that is hidden behind clouds?
We don't know why he's hidden. Maybe he's not gone.
Of course he's not gone. The sun doesn't go away. We just turn away from it, and that gets sometimes interrupted by an overcast sky. But if the light cannot reach us, what are we supposed to be offering these people?
Hope
That the light may come back.
that the light will come back. That's the whole point of hope and faith. I have faith in you. I don't expect you to make a decision today.
Well, I've made one. And I will obviously do this thing that you ask. There is much I must still do. I will not be able to tend to everything immediately. But we can begin that transition.
There are many things that I have to teach you about running a citadel, about the powers that it can bestow to you. And I would invite your group to all be leaders, take over some of those responsibilities.
I'm gonna steal a cough drop.
You bought them for me last week, but
Hold it right up to your microphone when you open it.
There we go.
You're the worst human being. Can I recommend not letting Dylan overdose some power? Maybe everyone else. Oh, I don't say that.
you would be able to appoint priests, healers, any of your followers. You would have those powers. The transition would be soon rather than later.
Okay.
I'll still be here for any guidance. Father Ramiel is very experienced, ran the Citadel before me.
We can announce it when the council arrives. It'll be good to let everyone know.
You'll do well. And we'll continue fighting against Magnus. We'll push back. We'll recruit. We'll talk to whoever we need to talk to. If he resides in Riverstorm for long, I'm sure all the countries around will rally against him. I don't expect he'll reside there for long. But if he does, that could be one of our moves.
I know you have Adina and Danella and Idris, but I've been working with Nara here so that she might be able to guide you around these hallways as well. And it is my hope that in return for her guidance, you will care for her well.
Like a seeing eye dog?
Nice.
Have an inspiration.
That's a great idea.
Seeing eye, were dog.
Whatever it's going to turn out to be.
Whatever
I don't know
it
what
is.
they do.
Dire
I like
wolf.
that. Get rid of justice while you're at it.
Okay. I'll give it justice.
Smite!
It'll make it easier, so much easier for future games if you don't have dogs on you all the time.
All right, I'll just give it to Cedric.
It's a good thing you weren't in the Shadowfell when you got the dog. We're
Yeah,
starving.
probably
man.
What's that?
He'll probably be dead.
Yeah, we're starving.
Eat all the horses.
He started eating rats. I mean, come on.
That was a great one, though. I was like, God, I love
I'm
that
glad
one.
you repeated it. Anyways, her conversation was mostly wrapping up with you. I'll go over some of the finer details with you today.
Yeah.
Paperwork. It's never been my specialty. Suppose we can try.
We can. She looks at Adina.
Gotta get me one of you. A scribe.
Wow. Like an awkward 15-year-old.
Adina smiles and she slightly blushes. She's in her early 20s. So you guys are still out front. What do you do for the day?
That's what I do. I train Sid
whole
and
day?
James. For as long as they can stomach. When they start like yakking in the dirt, then I'll tell them that we're going to take a break for a
It
couple
doesn't
hours.
take that long. It's like
Really?
an hour.
Oh, man.
You hit it 3 more times, and then you tell them to
right.
take a break.
They're like, "Bah." I'm like, take a break.
An hour's a long
Go
time
get some
for
water.
rigorous training.
I mean, yeah.
You continue to play. You continue to sit on the steps with them.
Yep.
Anything in particular you want to do today, or I'm going to fast forward time?
I do want to try to find some more arrows.
How much money do we have?
Get some damn arrows.
Okay.
I think you're the one with the bag of holding, right?
How many
I
can
am.
I have? I have 69 right now.
How many do you want?
I got 60 gold. You got the
Unlimited?
rest.
Well, you can't have that.
2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6,
give me a
7,
number.
8, 9, 10.
Well, you had 150 last time, right?
Oh, I forgot.
Well, yeah, but I
We
think
got
that's
6 greater
because I was like
healing
carrying
potions.
like extra quivers over to the wall.
So do you want 150?
Well, how many do you think I can carry on my body without being bogged down? Like,
150.
really? Done.
Man, dude.
Serious?
I got to get you a quiver. Man.
You have a bag of holding. You could just ram a bunch of your bag of holding.
You could use a quiver of holding. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the bag of holding is. You guys
You're
took
not
that
shooting
away
10
from me,
at a
though.
time. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, give me an arrow.
I probably won't even make you keep track of ammo until you start shooting 10 at a time. Which, there's not going to be all that many opportunities for that. That was a big war.
Mhm.
It was basically a 2-game war. Lasted almost 2
2
full
months.
games.
January 27th.
You okay?
From December 6th.
Yeah, right, man.
Hey, it's over.
We did it. We won.
Yay.
No, we didn't.
It took a really long time to lose, though.
Yay. I don't know. What does Lodi do?
Odie?
Yeah.
He works with gems at least, but you're not really sure.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go see Lodi.
Bring him these. And I hand you all the fist-sized gems that I pulled off of the Storm Giant corpse.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Never discussed what.
What there were.
I just grabbed a bunch of fist-sized gems.
Okay.
Here.
I take
He's
a
made
bunch
of
of fist-sized gems and I put them in the bag of holding.
All
You
right.
go buy a city or something? I don't know.
No, I have something I want to buy.
A quiver of holding.
No, I need armor that turns crits into normal hits.
Oh.
That's what I need.
All right. So you're gonna go see Lodi. You guys going with him?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, why not? I don't care.
All right. Garrett
Or
will
maybe
go
I
with
should keep an eye on Art again so he doesn't run off again.
No, the girl's already gone.
I tell Sed and James to get
thinking.
watered up and eat while I'm gone, because when I get back, we're going to train more.
you. All right. So you two go to Lodi, and you talk with Glory.
Yep. I start
Paperwork.
going over the books. In the black, in the red, in the where. I roll for accounting.
I roll for accounting. What?
Gotta figure out payroll. Who's on staff? How much it costs to keep water flowing.
All right. We're gonna go with Lodi. You go to his chambers. He is there. You knock on the door. He answers. He's this somewhat burly dwarf with a long black beard, braided. He's got a full head of thick black hair.
Lodi, I was wondering if you could help me.
What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a blacksmith that's friendly to our cause. That I've heard that there's armor that is able to turn away some of the worst wounds, or worst hits. That keeps people from putting a spear in your lung and instead turns it away to your side, if you know what I mean.
Well, we have quite a few very skilled blacksmiths here.
Do you know of any that you would personally recommend? Are you a blacksmith? I'm not sure
I'm
to
not
ask.
a blacksmith,
Hmm.
but I could definitely recommend you to a few places.
Okay. I also have some gems that I was hoping I could turn into the funds necessary to buy said armor. Would you perhaps want to purchase some of them?
What do you have?
I have 2 coral worth 100 gold pieces, or whatever. I mean, I'll just give you the rundown. 2 coral, 3 garnets, 1 jade, 2 jets, 1 pearl, 2 tourmaline, and a bunch of fist-sized gems.
Yeah, just total it all up.
I don't know what the fist-sized gems are worth.
Oh yeah, those are the ones from the storm giant.
Yeah.
You just let me loot for a while. and
What do you
said,
have
"Yeah, get
besides
'em."
that?
Besides that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1100 GP worth of stuff.
So after he examines it all, he looks at the big gems, and you see his eyes kind of sparkle as he's turning them, and looking over all the different facets of their faces. I'll give you 6,000 gold for all of it.
Sounds. Well, do you think it'll be sufficient to buy the armor that I speak of?
If they even have it.
Deal.
I don't have it on me. I have to go to the bank and I'll grab it.
Okay. And I tell you what, if you come with me to find a blacksmith to see if they have the armor, if any of the blacksmiths do, I'll ask for no more than the price of the armor, and you can keep the remainder of the gems. How does that sound?
I mean, I'll just trade it fairly, straight across.
All
However
right.
much it was.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you're gonna go with him.
He wanted me to give Lodi the fist-sized gems.
I just thought we could maybe get something nice for, I don't know, me as well. Like, what about Artigan? Artigan needs some stuff too.
He's still saying in the hallway.
While we're walking, yeah, I'm like...
Lodi lets you guys talk, and he continues moving a little ahead of you now.
Yeah, I'm like... So, the last time we were in a fight, what happened? I sat in a room and made pretty circles on the ground. You sat in a window and shot things at the bad guys. I got swords and spears put into my midsection. I need better armor. I look away and keep walking.
Suppose I did take care of way more hobgoblins than you ever would.
Okay. Feel good about yourself. You are the best archer I know.
Yeah, I know.
Lorenzo.
Son of a bitch. I know you don't mean that.
I just laugh at you.
Add the press to Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Let me take a peek in the DM guide.
Yeah, I don't know how much it costs.
I don't even know what it is.
I can tell you what it is.
Tell me what it is.
Okay. I mean, it's... Let's see, boop. Boop.
Armor of...
Armor.
Adamantine armor, I believe it is.
Yeah. Is it adamantine? Adamantine plate. Yeah. Yep. Any critical hits become a normal hit.
Okay.
Adamantine plate.
So you guys pass through the hallway, through the main chambers, and back outside while Artigan's sitting on the steps, playing some music. Do you go with them as well, Artigan?
Yeah, I'll go with. Might as well.
Okay. So Lodi leads you to Kaylee's Swords and Arms. This is the best blacksmith that I know. If what you're looking for is there, it'll be here. He walks you to the back of the building, where it's just wide open outside, with just an awning overhead for a roof. The floor has been cleared of all snow and debris. There's Kaylee is standing out there by the furnace. She looks like she is heating some iron right now, ready to hammer it.
Cool.
You guys walk up to Kaylee. Give me a perception check. Artigan.
That is a 11.
11. She starts hammering something into sharpened blade. Give me a second there. Continues for a little bit, making you wait.
I'm ignoring
Turns it, heats it, hammers it, turns it, heats it. Takes a good 5 minutes until finally she stops to give you guys her attention. What can I help you with?
I need a set of armor that is... I've heard that there are sets of armor made of a harder metal than steel that will turn away some of the most vicious strikes and stabs.
She puts her straw-colored hair into a ponytail and wipes off some of the sweat on her forehead. She's a pretty brawny woman, human. Let me see if I have any of what you're looking for.
Thank you so much.
Wipes her hands off on her suspenders and leaves smears all over. They're really dirty. Really... Well, you've seen this before, Artigan, because you grew up in a blacksmith's. Out of the small shop, you see a man walk out who is somewhat lean, but very fit. Looks like he's been doing this a long, long time. It's your father.
What? Your dad is there.
And
Holy
he's holding
cow.
something, a bucket of irons. You're not really sure what's in the bucket, but he sees you, and he drops it to the ground, and he just stares at you for a second.
Just go, hi, Dad.
I'm like, oh, I can see the resemblance.
He doesn't resemble Artigan at all.
I still say that.
Yeah, I don't see this.
He's balding, black hair, not blonde. He's got a full beard, and he's let it grow pretty long. And he has about the same build as you, but much more cut and built up, older. He's turned his gut into muscle.
Beef.
Cardigan. Son. He holds back his emotions a little. Where have you been?
Long story.
He steps up and he gives you a great big bear hug. Just wraps you up into his arms and crunches you pretty hard. Hearty hug. Although
Wrong kind of crunch.
you're probably as strong or stronger than him nowadays.
How strong are you?
16.
Oh. All right.
You've been... Where did you go, son?
I came here actually. Then went to Riverstorm. Back here. Woodhaven. Back here.
Have you been here the whole time?
No, there was the traveling to Riverstorm and then back to here and then back to
Don't forget the Shadowfell.
I wasn't
No.
Oh, you
I
weren't
didn't-
there.
no,
That's right.
Yeah.
That was just us.
You butt in. He's still holding on to you really tight.
Yeah, no, most of the time I've been traveling.
He lets you go and he has his hands on your shoulder. On your shoulders. I wasn't sure if you were still alive. Thought you might be dead.
I wasn't sure you were still alive. Heard some goblins attack the town after I got to Riverstorm.
Yeah, I didn't have long to get out. Tried to get as many people as I could out in time. We didn't have enough horses in the city. Our neighbors out, got their kids.
That's good.
We've been here ever since. What have you been doing in the meantime? You've been practicing.
Yeah.
You know he's definitely talking about blacksmithing.
Yeah, I did some smithing in the Underdark actually. Go too well, but
You're speaking Greek to him. All these different words you guys keep saying.
After you guys cut my leg off.
Who are your friends?
Delaran, Jervon, and Merritt.
Dylan Cooper, nice to meet you. Hold my hand out.
He shakes your hand. He's got a very sturdy grip. His hands are calloused all over the fingers, the palm. Merritt's not there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Merritt went.
Yeah, he's still at the Citadel.
Okay. I'll mention him too, though. Merritt, who's currently at the Citadel with us.
We're thinking about going back home,
Is it
seeing if we
safe?
can rebuild.
Did they come through, or did they occupy it?
They went through and destroyed most everything. So we've heard, at least. Want to take some people back? You want to come back with me?
I got too many things going on right now.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
I've been traveling with these guys, kind of done some adventuring.
I never liked that life. Really. I'd rather you just come home. Learn to be like your old man.
Yeah, there's...
He's an accomplished adventurer, sir. Many times my life was on the line, and your son saved me from certain doom. Without him, we would not have made it as far as we have.
You hear, Kaylee. Are you gonna chat all day? We need to get some work done. What were you looking for again?
What we were talking about is that's a suit of armor made of suitably hard enough material to turn aside the most vicious strikes into less vicious wounds. I've heard that some blacksmiths have the skill required to make such armor.
Adamantite.
Yes.
I don't have that kind of metal on hand. If you can get me some of that metal, I can work it. one of the most skilled craftsmen.
I know a little about metal or where to get it. I wouldn't know where to find it.
Or, didn't mean to make that joke. Never mind.
Nope.
Your dad actually cracks a smile.
Now we know where the humor comes from.
Yeah, there you go.
Karina gets pregnant just at the joke.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
You're not there.
You're not there.
No, that was me.
And that was worth it right there.
It was worth it.
I know where to get some of that metal.
Where?
Back in our home. I had some that I was going to be working myself.
Is your home occupied enemy territory?
No.
Oh, well, we'll just zip down there, grab it, and zip back.
If they left it there. I did have it hidden away. I don't know if they would have taken it. Had some large sheets of it.
Find out.
You can get back there and get it. Or if you want to go with me. Like I said, I've been trying to get some people together to go back.
We got a thing we gotta do. I think maybe we get that taken care of. Maybe we can come back.
I mean, Art can get us there like that, and then back like that.
Can you get all of us there?
8 people. But
Really?
yeah, there's no teleportation circle there.
No. We did that during the bio break. Oh,
Don't be jealous.
I am. I want more coffee, too.
You want to just bring the carafe?
Hey, Matt, bring the coffee in here.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just start heading there ourselves then.
How far away is it?
Couple days journey.
I camped out in the woods a little bit when I was traveling here myself.
Probably actually longer than that.
I mean, if you wait, we could take some of you with us. Oh, you didn't do it. I want you to bring coffee in here.
8-day journey.
Holy
Through the
cow.
woods.
Was it dangerous?
Oh, there were wolves. I don't know how it's been since then, but
I have to get back to work.
Could you tell Art where you hid the metal, just in case we get there before you?
I think I know where
You
he
know where I
stays.
kept all my things.
Yeah, I'd help him out. I was kind of his errand boy when I was.
Okay.
It's really good to see you, son.
Good to know you're safe.
He takes his hands off your shoulder and then wraps you in a big hug again. I really missed you.
I've missed you too.
If you want, we could catch up later tonight.
Sure.
I asked her, how much is this armor going to run me if I get you the metal to work it?
I did find a thing online that says uncommon is about 500 gold.
I don't know how much.
Okay.
She looks at you, though. She says, "You get me the metal to work it. It'll just be my time.
I mean, how much is your time worth?
My time is worth a lot. Again, I'm the best craftsman in the city.
Okay. Yeah, so just let me know so I can have the money when I get the metal.
It'll be at least 300 gold. Take about a month.
Okay. You know anybody who has any pieces like this already made? I'd pay you 300 for the information if you did.
I don't know anybody that has that kind.
All right. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you again soon.
You guys head back to the Citadel?
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I'll actually stay at the blacksmith and help him out and catch up.
Okay.
I'll go back with Lodi.
You'll help him, and he's kind of the errand boy. It's blacksmith. You would also know that artisans, like those kinds of trades, aren't really welcomed in other cities. They kind of hold a monopoly because they don't want people running in the city, selling everything and then leaving. So generally, craftsmen that come into the city can't just start selling.
Yep.
But that's probably why he's working as the errand boy here. He'll catch up with you and tell you everything about the past few months you've been gone, all the boring little town stories. Town was only like 500 people.
Yeah, and I'll tell him about some of the adventures that we went on.
I'll tell him about all the adventures, and you can fill him in on as much you want with relation to magic and spells or not, depending.
I'll let him know that I'm able to cast.
Different kinds of things you can do.
Mhm.
You do all your paperwork.
On the way back, I'll just give Lodi the stones.
You give Lodi the stones.
Here you go. Hope you can do some good with them.
I'll bring you back the gold.
I mean,
I have to make a run to the bank though.
okay, why don't you just give me like, I don't know, half or 75% or something. Give you a discount. I think
I
that.
can just leave it in the bank and you can come get it when you want.
Oh, no, that's all right. This bag works like a bank. I can put a lot of money in that bag before it fills up. So I find it's better to have it on me in case I want to give it to somebody or do something with it. I give a lot of it away, to be honest.
So that's what you do.
I guess I'm just going like this the whole time Dalaran's giving away all the gems at a discounted price.
We're gonna do some fast forwarding
Mhm.
before we call it a game. He ends up giving you the whole thing. He gives you all 6,000.
Okay, all right.
You catch up with your father. You let him know everything that's going on. Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion?
Persuasion?
That is a 26.
26. In the end, even though he's very adamant against the adventurer's lifestyle, he doesn't like, all the near-death stories about his only son.
I probably skirted around most of those. But...
And you do it well. And you tell it well. And in the end, he's okay with what you're doing. And accepting of it. It's a good reunion. Unlike Dalaran's. You do all the paperwork as the new owner of a citadel. There will be benefits that come with a citadel, depending on how you treat it. That'll be for everyone, especially while you're there. I have a new book I'm reading, Followers and Strongholds.
Oh, sweet.
There will be some stronghold benefits, although it's not a keep. And we can go over that off time. It'll be much better to go over all that kind of stuff, not during game. Especially some of the technical stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides that, I think this is a great place to call it. You guys will end up going to sleep. You'll train your brother for the rest of the day. You'll drive him like a drill sergeant.
Yep, him and his friend.
Was I able to do some blacksmithing, or?
You're definitely able to do some blacksmithing. You're helping, though, so you're not going to keep any of the pieces. But you want to roll it?
Sure.
All right, hit me with 2 rolls. Well, best 2 out of 3. We'll see how well you do today. Kaylee does let you take over here and there. She sees your interest.
And
do you have the skill?
I'm proficient with it, I
Okay.
believe, because
So
I have that
then with the
background.
tools, you'll do that in strength.
Okay.
Proficiency and strength.
The best 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use luck to reroll one?
Oh, sure.
Let's see. I'll go with my original one. So. Plus 8. I got a 19 and a 25.
So you do show your true skills today. It's the first time you've actually been able to do that.
Mhm.
Last time you did not do so well with your blacksmithing,
No.
with your natural one. But she approves of your blacksmithing skills, and she tries to give you different pointers here and there.
Nice.
Make some fine, small pieces. Just 3 today. What you were working on.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the day.
Except for this. Garavan goes off by himself to look at the moon and sing a song about not having family in the world.
That's your fault.
That's a sad Disney moment. Yeah. Like, anti-Disney.
I mean, you have family.
Just
they're
crazy Garavan staring at the moon.
They're just called the Devil's 98. That's your
Yeah.
family.
They're not family though. I don't have a cool dad at blacksmiths.
Whatever.
I don't have a cool mom with superpowers.
My dad hates me.
Yeah, I don't even have a dad that hates me.
At least you have a dad.
Yeah, he hates my guts.
And a mom and 2 sisters.
Yeah, Mom's scared of me.
2 sisters.
I have 2 sisters.
Oh, wait. 3 sisters.
No, I got a brother.
Yeah, right.
One brother, 2 brothers, 1 sister.
Right, I'll beat you up.
You mean 3 sisters.
We're gonna call it there. This is game 3 of 4 at level 13.
Mm-hmm.
The next
I
level.
like this pace. This is a
Next
good
game,
pace. You're in the high levels. Crazy things are going to start happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to speed you up too fast.
Next level's a big one for me.
Even though we missed a week, I still don't want to speed you up too fast.
I get meta magic. Woo!
Let's do, we're going to go over some of the followers we gained. And then we're going to do roses and thorns. What you guys liked about the game, what you guys didn't like. So, Big and Tasty, Bent Salmon, Neander Nerd, and Crimson Samurai. Thank you all for following us. I think that's the 2nd Samurai today.
Nice.
So, there's a
What is
theme.
happening?
It won't be the last samurai.
Artigan humor. Your dad approves.
Yeah, no kidding.
But thank you all for following us. Thank you to all our subscribers. We appreciate all the support that you guys give us. And we're still doing a giveaway for our subscribers. At 30 subscribers, we're giving away a DM guide. If you don't have one, it's a great addition. Let's do roses and thorns. I always start with Josh or Brian, but let's start Matt.
Cool. My favorite part was at the end when Garavan looked at the moon and started singing about a family that he didn't have.
What's your real favorite part about the game?
Real favorite part of the game. I don't know. Ending the war, retreating from the war is a nice change of pace. But I don't know. It was kind of a segue game. So like, can't really say anything bad about it. Just how it ended, tail end of the war stuff and then the beginning part. I think it was really cool actually that Artigan did meet up with the dad because I don't think I saw that coming. That was just out of the blue. That was cool. That was my rose. Sorry it took me so long to get there.
Hey, you got to talk yourself there.
Yeah.
What's your thorn?
Yeah, Thorn. It was a segue session, but we got a lot of good things coming out of it. So, yeah, I don't know, but there was really no thorns. No thorns. I didn't lie. I liked it.
Let's go with Alex.
Probably the rose would be the unexpected reunion with the father.
You thought I killed him, didn't you?
I thought either it wouldn't come up again, or it would come up in a situation where it's like, I have your father, no, Dad, kind of thing.
Well, I thought you killed your father when you dropped the cave in. You were going to find out later.
That's a possibility too. So, regardless, that was a good.
Yeah, did you tell your dad that?
I killed most of the town, Dad. They were slaves, so I dropped a fucking wall on them. Just saying.
That's one of the spots I
You
negated.
skipped over, yeah.
I dropped the wall on some giants. Yeah, I did drop some wall on some giants.
Our neighbor was
I'm not
there
lying.
too.
So that was your rose, was meeting up with her dad.
Yep, Thorn would probably be, probably just like he was saying, it's the segue one, so the pacing is weird. We went from army fighting to I was like, I want to get on to the next spot. But had to have that day interlude.
It was a long battle.
It was.
Probably the longest battle I've ever ran. Brian.
I think rose-wise, not just because of the benefits that will come with it, the idea of being the leader of Citadel is definitely something we haven't explored before either. Someone have some sort of a localized actual authority and prestige and probably renown rather than just as, the crazy murder hobo in the woods.
Now you could be murder hobos with a home.
Yeah.
At the age of 16, huh?
The age of 16, young
You're
prodigy.
like the youngest.
Not 16 yet, actually.
Yeah,
He's only 15 still.
the youngest head of a
When's the
citadel
birthday?
ever.
I want to say it was Fin. I have it written down. It's like the first of Fin. No.
Findenesis.
A month that's coming up still.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
I
that's
remember-
not now.
I picked it arbitrarily, and
We'll
I'll have
get
to
there.
find out where it is. But yeah, so I think that's an interesting thing, and I actually didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
And the thorns, I think the hardest part about this battle as a caster to be still involved in a fight, particularly with no area of effect abilities, and just to be as useless as an asshole on an elbow, just kind of running around, not even able to tell some low-level grunts how to best save their own lives. Just, it's like, oh man, if only... Once you learn to rely on it, once you learn to rely on your spells, and you're a little weenie with 8 strength, you just kind of have to
Cast a lot of firebolts.
kind of cast a lot of firebolt once the end of the day comes along.
Out
Can't
of
even-
sorcery points?
Out of sorcery points, out of staff of healing charges, out of spell slots.
We were out of everything.
What was yours, Josh? Roses and thorns.
Let's see, Rose. I mean, I actually kind of liked the war thing. I didn't like getting crit up the ass. That's probably my thorn. It's like I crit like 4 times in
Can I
3
change my
rolls.
rose? Can I change my rose?
Yeah, that sucked. Like all the crits.
That's true.
So that was my thorn. But my rose was probably like I liked the epic, like, big combat. I like the idea of like wading into the front line of the hobgoblins and swinging my sword about indiscriminately as I like popped off heads and cut guys in half. That was kind of fun. It only lasted a couple rounds, but yeah. And I'm glad that my brother's not dead. I thought maybe something horrible was going to happen to him when we were there. I was super like anxious about Cedric.
Man, I must have scarred you guys pretty hard at some point.
Yes.
At some point.
At many points. So yeah, I was afraid that Cedric was going to get butchered while I was out. That's why when the remorse showed up, I was like, oh no! And, but yeah, no, I just enjoyed most of the large warfare more than I thought I would. Except for all the critting.
Thorn.
Yeah, the Thorn is the getting crit so much.
That's right.
Like the 4 crits and 3 rolls. Like crit, 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 crit.
I think, let's see. Roses and thorns. Yeah, I kind of liked this battle. I've been watching a lot of war stuff. So being able to describe a frontline skirmish was pretty fun, trying to help you envision what it would be like in the front lines. Get your ass crit off. Like,
Horribly, yeah.
that was not good for you, but I mean, that's the front lines. You didn't have to go there. You could have stayed in the back ranks.
No.
Waited till people weighed in.
No, I can't do that.
I'm gonna say it was also my thorn. I guess I'm so used to you guys pulling off crazy things and changing the trajectory of many things. I thought you'd be able to do a little more. And you might have been able to do a little more. You might have been able to stave off. Maybe. But you might have died trying.
Yeah.
And you retreated instead and let it happen.
I would have died.
It's kind of my rose and my thorn, because I thought there was more you might be able to do, but I also have taxed you guys in the longest battle of your life.
We had a lot of chain encounters.
I'm glad to give a Citadel. So I've been reading this new book called Strongholds and Followers. And it has a lot of cool things about owning like a keep or a citadel.
Like
or
what? What are just some other things?
like you can attract followers and you get benefits as long as you're in your keep or citadel or wherever you are, your stronghold.
Okay.
You gain actual mechanical benefits. If you level it up, which you can, then you can gain like powers and things. Now these are all homebrew rules written in the book, but the book is well thought out. It's done by Matt Colville. So if you ever seen any of his videos, he's very integrated in the D&D community. And I was kind of thinking when I was looking at it, like, I want to use it in my next campaign. I thought that'd be really cool to have it more prevalent in the next campaign. But then I thought, well, what if we do end up doing like Wizards Academy?
Mm-hmm.
Then you might not have that chance to do it in that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, depending on what we do, we'll just do it now and we'll kind of work with it as we go.
Test run it at least.
Yeah, and I
If
mean,
it
you're in the
feels
later
clumsy,
levels.
We can leave it behind. If it feels awesome, we can live here forever.
Sure.
So that was kind of cool. I
can
wasn't
recruit
planning
Magnus.
on, I honestly wasn't even planning on that at the beginning of the session, but kind of just happened. That's mine. That's pretty much it.
Sweet.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us again. I did consider Open Hand Badger. Asking if I considered Colville's warfare rules. They're very complex. I was reading through them and I haven't had enough time to go over them for this battle. So most of the warfare rules I was using were just arbitrarily made up on the spot by me. How would it go against a foe that has more training, more practice killing?
There was a really good game that had kind of strange mechanics, but their warfare mechanics was good. Legend of the Five Rings. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played that game. They had good warfare mechanics. So every round that you were in the conflict, you could like push farther in. But every round that you pushed farther into the melee, you had to take that many rounds to pull back out. And you took like a certain amount of damage every turn depending on some modifiers and shit. So like you could get like 3 or 4 turns into a fight into like the main body of dudes and then have to come out like that many turns and not make it back out of the fight.
Yeah.
That was
If I had more time to read through the rules, I probably would have used them a little more. They had some cool stuff like morale bonuses and
Oh yeah.
but again, they're more complex and they add another layer to an already long battle. So sometimes I think simplicity wins out in those cases, especially if you can do a lot of the like mechanical stuff off screen, so people don't have to wait through it. But I think that's the only question that I see. looking over everything. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday, hopefully for some more adventures in the Temple of the Three Furies. Sounds